And that it's not easy to answer the question about the prognostication for a ball club. One, you said that, let's start with your observation that you guys aren't together that long. How long have you had, for instance, the pitching staff? Has it been less than 2 weeks together?
I've had most of the starters for over probably about 2 weeks. A lot of the relievers, when the domino effect took place, came down towards the end of last week of the spring training.
In that case, how long will it take you to familiarize yourself with them? Probably a good month, a couple of outings, or will it be a season-long process getting to know these guys?
Well, I hope it's not that long, John. I hope it's sooner rather than later. It'll just be basically on the individual basis, and I hope to have a lot of them figured out within a week or two.
Do the guys know their roles at this point, or will that evolve during the spring, same way Bobby might tinker with a quote everyday lineup and finding the right guys in the right place in the batting order and position, or do the pitchers know what their role's going to be?
Well, most of them, I think the roles will change day to day, because as you start the season, your pitchers aren't really stretched out. Our starters will be under 90 pitches for the whole month of April, so everybody's going to be coming in and different scenarios and situations. For example, I told DeGeorgis tonight that he's up. First one up before the sixth inning, and then if we have a chance to win the game late in the game, we'll use Lynchy, and then if we have a chance to win, Aldridge will be our closer. But those roles can change tomorrow, and then obviously the game, whether we're losing or have a chance to win, may dictate who we're going to too.
There is a blueprint in place, and that's great for a young kid to know. Kernan Ronan is our guest from Beloit. The Kernels unveil their 2006 season against the Snappers, and we'll wrap things up with the Kernel pitching coach, Kernan Ronan, in just a moment. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
Kernan Ronan, kind enough to join us during this busy time, getting the ship off the dock and set sailing here from Beloit. And Kernan, I wanted to shift gears a bit and talk about Bill Stoneman, the general manager of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Does he ever talk to you, Bill, having been a pitcher and thrown 2 no-hitters? Does he talk pitching with you during spring training?
Well, he comes over and pretty much just watches the games and he'll talk baseball with anybody. If you want to talk pitching with Bill, I'm sure Bill will be happy to talk pitching. He doesn't particularly, initiate conversation unless, he didn't this spring training anyhow. But he'll come over and he'll talk baseball with anybody that wants to talk baseball with him, pitching or hitting.
Well, Kernan, finally, I know that your brother had a great experience earlier in his professional life as a professional umpire in the minor leagues, and Jack Rader, our general manager, has kind of warned the guys and the staff to be patient because we have an unusual situation with the umpires out in a labor dispute on strike. And did you have a chance to talk to your brother about how he feels about it or what might be going through a young umpire's mind not being able to do what they want to do at this point because of some broken down negotiations?
I did talk to him right before we started our games in spring training. I told him that the umpires were on strike and they were being backed by the collegiate umpires, to my understanding, and he was surprised, I think, a little bit. Kind of ambivalent to it because he's been out of the game for a couple of years now. He did tell me that towards the end of his career, his last couple of years, which I think were in the late 90s. It's really bad that I can't remember exactly. But I know his first year umpiring was 89, which was my first year coaching. And I know he umped about 10 years, so that adds up anyhow, John. But he did tell me at the end of his career that they had gotten a substantial raise. He was not aware if they had ever gotten another raise since then. And he did mention that when he was umping, they tried to get together as a union, for lack of a better word, but we're unable to. So he's not really surprised that they've finally gotten together, but I took it as he really was kind of ambivalent about their plight, so to speak.
Well, thanks for commenting on his feelings about it, Kernan, because that's something that to have a brother who was a professional umpire, he certainly would have a little bit of feeling, as you said, ambivalence, probably sympathizing, but also hoping those guys get back to work. Kernan, great to have you back to work as the Colonel pitching coach. Good luck this spring in bringing these young kids along, and when we get back for our home opener Monday at noon, throughout that three-game series, please pay a visit to any of our Zio Giano's spaghetti houses. As you know, they have the hometown taste of Italy, catering from one person to 10,001 at Zio Giano's. Kernan, it's been a busy afternoon for you. Thank you for taking a few minutes.
Thank you, John, for having me on, and it's always a pleasure to talk with you.
Same here. Kernan Roden, Colonel pitching coach, South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. We'll be back with the starting lineups for this evening's contest. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
And history being made in Beloit. Good evening, everyone. It's a new era in Colonel Baseball as we start the 2006 season on the Colonel Radio Network. That's right. Two great locally owned stations teaming up to support the Colonels, the community, and all of our advertisers. We greet you here on 1450 KMRY. Rick Sellers, the founder and president of the station, has helped along with Kevin Alexander and Scott Unash at the Zone and Nels Christensen to make all of this possible, and we hope you'll enjoy a conversation with us this evening from the State Line region, Beloit, Wisconsin. State Line because we're only 10 miles beyond the Illinois border, and Rockford, Illinois is to our south, and about an hour to our north is the state capital, Madison, Wisconsin. It's an overcast evening. We understand we've had rain all day in eastern Iowa, and fortunately that rain did not follow us across the Midwest Plains here into southern Wisconsin, America's Dairyland. It's overcast to be sure. We have had a glimpse of the sun about 2 hours ago, but it's been overcast, cloudy, and dank ever since. The lights are not on here at Pullman Field. I'm a little bit surprised the lights are not on, but we will see how the umpires do in a situation which we'll learn more about this weekend from the league president. George Spelius is the league president, and George will let us know if there's any progress in the talks between the umpires in minor league baseball and the leagues, the baseball leagues management. Right now, though, we've set the scene for you in this small bandbox of a ballpark with the wind blowing lightly from right field to left field. The crowd starting to file in here to tiny Pullman Field. This is a a gem of a ballpark with seats very close to the diamond, and the Kernels warming up, actually congregating just beyond the first base bag in shallow right field, and the Beloit Snappers in their white home uniforms are doing some hollow wind sprints from the left field foul line towards left center field. Let's set the starting lineups for the first game of the year. John Rogers reporting from Pullman Field here on the Kernel Radio Network. Beloit has a rookie skipper. The Snappers have 31-year-old Jeff Smith at the helm, and he's in his first year managing. Jeff was drafted by the Twins and played in the Minnesota organization as a catcher from 1996 to 2002. Also played with the Red Sox and Ranger organizations, and his playing career came to an end before the 2005 season. He suffered a major left knee injury, but originally a 20th round pick in 1995, rookie manager Jeff Smith. He's 31 years old, and here's the lineup he'll pencil in for the series and season opener here in Beloit. Leading off at third base for the Snappers is Steve Tolleson. Steve Tolleson will play third and lead off for Beloit. Batting second is Drew Thompson at second base. He's the son, is Drew Thompson, a former San Francisco Giant all-star second baseman Robbie Thompson. The designated hitter for the Snappers is Paul Kelly. Paul Kelly will bat third and serve as the DH. Eric Liss is in left field for Beloit, and Eric Liss will bat cleanup for the home-standing Snappers. Hitting fifth at first base, a high draft pick of the Minnesota Twins, Henry Sanchez. It'll be Edward Ovali in center field. Ovali will bat sixth in center field. In right field for Beloit, from Hibbing, Minnesota, so this cool weather won't affect him at all, Eli Tintor. Eli Tintor in right field hits seventh. The catcher for the Snappers is Caleb Moore. Caleb Moore will bat eighth. And hitting ninth at short is Giancarlos Ortiz. Giancarlos Ortiz bats ninth at short. On the hill, a familiar name to Midwest League fans, Kyle Waldrop. W-A-L-D-R-O-P. Kyle Waldrop, a 20-year-old right-hander, hurled and started 27 games for Beloit last season, and he was a Minnesota Twin first-round pick in 2004 out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Kyle Waldrop, a tall 20-year-old, 6'4", 200 pounds, 6-11 with a 4.98 ERA for Beloit last year in 27 starts. The Kernels had great success against this Beloit right-hander last year. In 3 starts, Waldrop was 0-2 with a 9.19 ERA, and the Kernels hit a robust .352 against Kyle Waldrop last season. Allen Motor Company is proud for the 8th year in a row to set the Kernel starting lineup. Allen Motor Company has been in business in eastern Iowa for over 100 years, 1903. They were there when Henry Ford was rolling off the Model Ts, and Allen Motor Company, new Buicks, Cadillacs, Oldsmobiles, GMC cars, Allen's pre-owned cars and trucks, and Saturn of Cedar Rapids, all on Allen's spectacular 13-acre campus, I-380 Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha. Allen's showroom is on campus. Visit them at www.allenmotor.com. The Allen Motor Company, Kernel starting lineup. Leading off in center field is Brad Kuhn. He's from the Cleveland, Ohio area, a left-handed batter with good speed. Batting second, the designated hitter in the Allen Motor Company order, Flint Whipke, W-I-P-K-E, Whipke, the DH. The shortstop will bat third, Hanley Statia, S-T-A-T-I-A. Hanley Statia from Curaçao, the Netherlands, bats third for the Kernels. Hitting cleanup in the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, first baseman Mark Trumbo, T-R-U-M-B-O. The third baseman will hit fifth for the Kernels, Dallas Morris. Jordan Renz, who was a Kernel last season, will be in left field. Renz will hit sixth in the Allen Motor Company order. Batting seventh, another holdover from last year's Kernel squad, Warner Madrigal. Madrigal in right will hit seventh. Kernel catcher Brett Martinez bats eighth in the Allen Motor Company order. And batting ninth, we saw his Kernel debut 2 years ago out of Boston College, a veteran utility man, Ryan Leahy. Ryan Leahy will bat ninth and play second base. On the hill for the Kernels to open up the 2006 campaign is 18-year-old Tommy Mendoza. Mendoza had a brilliant season in his rookie year of pro ball in Mesa, Arizona. In the Arizona Summer League, he won 3 and lost 3, but posted a sparkling ERA, did Tommy Mendoza, of 1.55. Tommy Mendoza from Monsignor Pace High School, Miami, Florida, was a fifth-round pick of the Angels last year, and he lives in Hialeah, Florida. The right-hander Tommy Mendoza pitched in 13 games last season, 2 for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, so 15 games total, 5 as a starter, and again, he posted a league-low 1.55 ERA last season in Mesa, Arizona. That's our Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. The lights have been turned on here at Pullman Field. John Rogers, glad to have you alongside on a 54-degree Thursday evening here in southern Wisconsin. Now, many, many years, in fact, 23 years, the Snappers were affiliated with the Milwaukee Brewers. And some current-day stars with Milwaukee, Ricky Weeks and Prince Fielder, played here just 3 seasons ago, but this is the second year that the Snappers have hitched their wagon to the Minnesota Twins, and that's taken a lot of getting used to after 23 years with the Milwaukee Brewers. The Kernels, of course, are the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the 2005 Western American League Western Division champion Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. The Kernels are in their gray road uniforms with navy blue caps. And most of them that aren't in the starting lineup are wearing their red jackets with long sleeve gray sleeves. Kernels in red socks with red trim. And the Beloit Snappers are in their all-white home uniforms with green caps and a gold emblem of a turtle on the bill of those green caps. You can sure tell it's spring here in southern Wisconsin. Beyond the center field wall is a thick grove of trees, and there are absolutely no green buds on those trees. They are a very stark and austere brown beyond the center field wall. Everything's magnified here at Pullman Field. Even the public address system sounds like it's blaring right into your ear, and perhaps you'll hear some of the announcements in the background. We're about ready to welcome the color guard, which is formed just in front of the dirt warning track material in front of the Beloit third base dugout. The players are coming out of both dugouts. The scoreboard here is in left center field. It's a double back-to-back scoreboard with advertising billboards on the left and then the inning-by-inning count of the game on the right. The lights are on and the crowd is risen to honor America as the color guard makes its way towards the center of the diamond. They're just now arriving halfway up the third base line and heading towards the pitching mound. The umpires are in their gray trousers and navy blue jackets, and we'll join the public address announcer as he introduces the plain singing of the Star-Spangled Banner here from Beloit's Pullman Field.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the singing of our national anthem. Singing our anthem this evening, Mr. Jet Rack. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red
welcome and appreciation applause for the color guard presenting the colors in front of the pitching mound here at Pullman Field, and we're glad you're with us. The season just about to kick off here in southern Wisconsin. The temperature 54 degrees. The lights are on. The sky is cloudy, dark, overcast, but a good turnout here at Pullman Field, which is celebrating its 25th year in the Midwest League. There is a grandstand roof here that protects the seats behind home plate. The grandstand itself is made of aluminum and metal. And then down the lines from the grandstand are a couple of sections of just plain old-fashioned planks, aluminum metal bleachers with no backs. This ballpark has the feeling of a high school or college facility, but certainly a great place to call a game from, and we're glad you're with us this evening. The Snappers hit the diamond, and as they do, let's invite you to come celebrate the 5th opening day at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Can you believe the new stadium is heading into its 5th season, and we'd like you to be a part of the great growing tradition at the new ballpark when we kick off our home season this Monday, April 10th. We will be playing the Chicago Cub minor leaguers, the Peoria Chiefs, and a very special day it will be. The gates will open at 11, and the first 1,000 of you Kernel fans will be taking home a beautiful keepsake piece of history, a replica of Veterans Memorial Stadium. It is really something. The stunning stadium replica sponsored by Collins Community Credit Union. In addition to getting that wonderful stadium replica, every one of you will be given a magnet schedule, compliments of Mercy Medical Center. Hot dogs will be just $1 for opening day this Monday, April 10th. Again, a 12 o'clock noon start. The gates open at 11. Hall of Famer, former Cub Fergie Jenkins, one of the greatest of all time, will be selling autographs to aid his foundation, so you can bring items to be autographed by the great Fergie Jenkins. Meet me at the stadium when the gates open this Monday. A very, very special, well, every opening day special. There's only one per year. Well, we're just about set for action here at Pullman Field in Beloit. And the Colonel leadoff man is Brad Kuhn. Bobby Magianis is coaching at third for the Kernels, and Eric Owens, the Kernel hitting coach, is taking care of the first base coaching duties. Kyle Waldrop, 6-11 last year in 27 starts with a 4.98 ERA, is on the hill. We will not have the names of the umpires for you because of this strike situation, and there's strike one called on the outside corner. We're underway here in Beloit. Brad Kuhn, a left-handed batter, stands straight away. And a fastball pumped in on the outside edge from the big, tall right-hander. It's 0-2 to Brad Kuhn, 23 years old, Eastlake High School in Ohio, went to college in Nashville, Tennessee. And a fastball sails upstairs. To Brad Kuhn, the Colonel leadoff man, he does not wear batting gloves. 54 degrees our game time temperature. Outfield plays Kuhn to hit the other way. And there's a laser beam, a fastball high and in, and it's 2-2 to Brad. We're just underway here, kicking off the 2006 season. And a swing and a miss by Brad Kuhn. He goes down on strikes, and there's one away here in the top half of the first inning. For Beloit, Steve Tolleson at third, the shortstop, Carlos Ortiz, Drew Thompson at second, and Henry Sanchez at first. In the outfield, it's Eric Lisson left, Edward Ovalle in center, and Eli Tintor in right. Caleb Moore's the catcher, and ball one is upstairs, a fastball to Flint Whipkey. W-I-P-K-E, the designated hitter, right-handed batter for the Kernels, wears a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his gray road top and looks at a strike at the letters, a fastball. Flint Whipkey, 23 years old. He went to Georgia Southern University, and he swings late and misses, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Or 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whipkey steps out. Hit .295 last year in 28 games for the Orem Owls. And down swinging goes Flint Whipkey, and the first 2 Kernels have been mesmerized and overpowered by the tall right-hander Kyle Waldrop. You figure he'd have a bit of an upper hand in this situation, and that he started 27 games last year for the Snappers. Hanley Stacia, the shortstop, stands in and a strike in at the belt of fastball. Hanley Stacia's a switch hitter, and the shortstop's batting third in the Colonel lineup. There's a slow bouncer to first. Up with it with the glove hand, and a couple of steps to his left is Henry Sanchez. Hanley Stacia puts the ball in play, but is retired on a slow roller to first, and the Colonels go in order in the top of the first. The season's underway. Tommy Mendoza to the hill for the Colonels after one half inning in Beloit. Colonels nothing. Snappers coming up. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
The third batter.
It's unheard of and industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Keel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Keel Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid, with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Keel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
Hy-Vee, the most respected and recognized brand name in our entire great state. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees value the vital role professional baseball plays in our community's fabric. Our treasured tradition of affordable, wholesome entertainment that brings families, friends, work colleagues, and customers together for lifelong memories. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support the best thing going in eastern Iowa, the wonder of Kernels baseball.
Kernels go in order in the top half of the first. Overcast, cool. Thursday night season opener from southern Wisconsin. Tommy Mendoza, straight over the hand delivery, rides high and in, ball one to Steve Tolleson, Tolleson, the third baseman. Slightly open stance. And the 1-0 is spanked to short. Hanley Stacia charges and fires across the diamond. He got rid of that on the grass to the left of the mound and got his man. Steve Tolleson is bounced out to shallow short. One gone here in the Beloit bottom of the first inning. No score.
Second baseman, number 4, Drew Thompson.
Tommy Mendoza, just 18 years old. He's draped in a long sleeve red sweatshirt. The batter is Drew Thompson, standing in from the left side, and he pounds the first pitch, rolls it foul behind the plate. Strike one to Drew Thompson. Kernels defensively have an outfield of Renz in left, Brad Kuhn in center, and Warner Madrigal in right field. They play straight away. Fastball from the Colonel right-hander is above the chin, over but high, and it's 1-1 to Drew Thompson, the second baseman. Mendoza's next one is a little high and inside. Drew Thompson is listed as a right-handed batter, but he's batting left, so that tells us he's a switch hitter. And the 2-1 is a sinker low and away, ball three. Robbie Thompson, all-star second baseman with the San Francisco Giants, the father of this 19-year-old Minnesota Twin prospect, Drew Thompson. A 3-1 pitch, and that one's lifted foul high over the grandstand roof here at Pullman Field. 325 down the lines, only 380 to center field. And the wind is shifted a little bit. It's blowing in from center field. The full count offering is headed home. A drive into deep center. Brad Kuhn with his back to home plate. Way back. Won't get it. It's off the center field wall, and Brad Kuhn will barehand it. Heave it into third, but not in time. It's a triple. A head-first sliding triple for Drew Thompson. Well, Drew Thompson got a pitch in his wheelhouse, and he bashed it over the head of Brad Kuhn in center. Kuhn made a strong throw into third baseman Dallas Morris, but a head-first slide into third by the Beloit number 2 hitter, and he's at third with one out here in the first inning. So Drew Thompson socks one over the head of Brad Kuhn, and he has a one-out triple for Beloit. A pitch low and a snap throw to third, and they call the runner safe, and he was. Dallas Morris fumbled the ball. Otherwise, I think Brett Martinez's throw would have picked Drew Thompson off third, but the Colonel third baseman lost the handle. Colonel infield will trade a run for an out here in the bottom of the first inning. Paul Kelly, the DH, took the first pitch low for ball one, and now a bouncer to third off of Dallas Morris's glove. He recovers and throws out the batter as a run scores. Paul Kelly drives home the first run of this ball game by hitting a two-hopper to third. Dallas Morris had it deflect off of his mitt. Then it bounced high up into the air. Dallas speared it with his bare hand, threw on to Mark Trumbo to get Paul Kelly, but Drew Thompson crosses the plate on that RBI ground out, and Beloit takes an early lead here in the first inning, 1-0. Eric List breaks his bat and loops one into shallow left, and it's the shortstop, Hanley Stacia, roaming way out down the line in left field to glove it in fair ground. Eric List sliced one off the end of the bat, and he pops out down the left field line to the speedy Colonel shortstop, Hanley Stacia, who reeled that one in. One run for Beloit on a one-out triple in the first inning. There were no Colonel errors and nobody left for the Snappers. We go to the second inning with Beloit on top 1-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Sylvia, you know that cruise you've always wanted?
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
That would be our house, Bob. Are you feeling all right, dear?
Well, this is so cool. Guarantee Bank will let us use the equity in our home to do just about anything we want. College tuition, a room addition, a cruise, and best of all, the interest may be tax deductible. Now, do you see it? Oh, the sun, the waves, the tropical breezes.
Ooh, now I see it. It's a convertible. The sun on my face, the wind in my hair.
See your guarantee in Cedar Rapids, Marion, or Hiawatha, and use the equity in your home to do whatever you want, even if it's just to get out of the house.
The feel of the road, the roar of the engine.
The roar of the...
Hey, it's my kind of life. Keep your hands off my Porsche, Bobby boy.
Guarantee Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Consult your tax advisor for interest deductibility. Some restrictions apply.
If you're looking to enhance your property's appearance, function, or value, make the experts at King's Materials your most reliable teammate. Retaining walls? You bet. Custom patios? Bingo. Walkways and steps? King's Material says yes. King's Material has all the brick, concrete, and stone elements to make your landscaping, masonry, and architectural projects become a reality. To view the astonishing array of beautiful and innovative products King's Material can bring to your home, yard, or business, visit King's online at kingsmaterial.com.
Colonel's bat in the second with Beloit holding an early 1-0 lead. A one-out triple by Drew Thompson, and then he scored on an RBI grounder to third by the DH Paul Kelly. Mark Trumbo. Big, husky, 6'4", 220-pound right-handed hitting cleanup man for the Colonels. Looks at a strike called, a fastball from Kyle Waldrop. Well, Waldrop started 27 games for Beloit last season. He's 6'4", 200 pounds. And a curveball, that one's knuckled off the end of the bat into foul ground. The first baseman trots to his left and snares it for the first out here in the second. Mark Trumbo has fouled out down the first baseline to Henry Sanchez, one away in the Colonel's second. 1-0 Beloit. State Farm Farm Major League Scoreboard. An 11-year tradition here on our Kernel broadcast, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Dale Thompson, Brad Dunn, Al Shetler, and Gary Shubat. And we have a couple of finals from this afternoon on the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. Dallas Morris batting for the first time this season, the Kernel third baseman, and ball one is a fastball low and away. On the State Farm Major League Scoreboard, the Cardinals swept the Phillies 3 straight, winning this afternoon 4-2. Here's a little slow roller to the left of the mound, and Kyle Waldrop took a nasty spill after he unloaded to get Dallas Morris. Dallas Morris squibbed one to the left of the mound, and Kyle Waldrop grabbed it with his glove and then flung it to first for a 1-3 putout. And that's 5 in a row set down by the Beloit right-hander Kyle Waldrop. So it was the Cardinals derailing the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park for the third time in a row today, 4-2 St. Louis. And out in San Francisco this afternoon, the Giants turned back the Braves. It was San Francisco 6 and Atlanta 4. Strike one is in to Jordan Renz, the Kernel left fielder. Nobody on, 2 away here in the Kernel second inning, 1-0 Snappers. Jordan swings at an off-speed pitch, didn't get it. He's in the hole 0-2. Kernel's looking for their first base runner. The 0-2 to Renz, a right-handed batter, is golfed into shallow center. Edward Alvali has it measured, and he waits and has it. Jordan Renz flies to shallow center. The Kernels 3 up, 3 down in the top of the second inning. And after an inning and a half in southern Wisconsin, Beloit leads the Kernels 1-0.
Reading stimulates a child's imagination, increases their mastery of subject matter, improves their spelling and vocabulary, and opens up new worlds of discovery. That's why Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels are teaming up to encourage elementary students throughout the community to read. Kernels players will visit 38 elementary schools this spring to talk with students about the benefits of reading. Girls and boys will then be rewarded with nifty prizes for achieving reading milestones. Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels, proud to stand behind our community's youth through reading.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe. From me to you, a tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper,
right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mash up of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more. You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Tommy Mendoza, 18-year-old Kernel right-hander, is set to go here in the bottom of the second inning at Pullman Field in Beloit, and he'll face a right-handed hitter, Henry Sanchez. 1-0 Snappers. The lights are on. It's overcast, and a light mist is falling down below. Mendez's first pitch is walloped into deep left down the line, and that one is going to be a home run for Henry Sanchez when it makes it 2-0 Beloit here in the second inning. Henry Sanchez brings this opening night crowd to a standing frenzy by belting the first pitch of the second inning over the 8-foot-high plywood wall in left field. The wall here is 8 feet high all the way around. The batter's eye is a dark green in center field, and Jordan Renz just took 2 steps and watched that one sail over the left field wall down the line. Henry Sanchez, a first-round pick of the Minnesota Twins, makes it 2-0 Beloit here in the second. Strike one to Edward Alvali. Alvali, a Dominican right-handed batter, and this is his third year of pro ball. A curve, and that one's hammered high and deep down the left field line. Renz gives chase, and it's a foul ball into the Beloit bullpen. The Snappers are huddled on an aluminum bench down that left field line. Their skipper's in his first year, Jeff Smith, and he's coaching at third base. Edward Ovala has a slightly closed stance, right-handed hitter with a deep knee bend. Tommy fires outside, wanted the call, didn't get it from the plate umpire. Last year, this fellow Ovala batted .285 in 65 games with Elizabethton in the Appalachian League. There's a yellow hammer, a beauty, strike 3 called, and Tommy Mendoza locked the knees up of Edward Ovala. Strike 3 called. 1 away here in the second inning. We'll have another look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard in a little bit later this evening, but those two finals in the National League this afternoon, the Redbirds flew past the Phillies 4-2, and the Giants whipped Atlanta in San Francisco 6-4. Taking the first pitch low is Eli Tinton, Tinton. He's from Hibbing, Minnesota. And the next one is a fastball outside. Lots of hitting room up the middle for this right-handed batter, Eli Tinton. Hibbing, Minnesota is the home of NBA Hall of Famer Kevin McHale. And a knuckle shot loops foul into the right field corner. There's lots of foul ball ground room here at Pullman Field. Lots of room from the left and right field lines down the lines into the bullpens. A little Texas League knuckler sailing out to right, and Warner Madrigal was playing shallow. He brings it down for the second out here in the second inning. Eli Tintor has skied to right. 2 gone after the leadoff homer by Henry Sanchez. 2-0 Beloit here in the second inning. The first 1,000 of you Colonel fans will be taking home a beautiful keepsake replica of Veterans Memorial Stadium, sponsored by Collins Community Credit Union, this Monday. Opening day. Noon start, 11 o'clock is when the gates open. And the first several thousand of you Colonel fans to come on Monday afternoon to the season opener at home will also be treated to a magnet schedule from Mercy Medical Center. An 0-1 delivery is a breaking pitch high to the catcher. Number 8 hitter Caleb Moore. He's a right-handed batter, stands straight away with a wide stance, wears a dark blue batting helmet, and tips the next one foul into the mid of Brett Martinez. 0-2 to Caleb Moore out of East Tennessee State. Twins signed him as a free agent. He's 22 years old. Uses a black lacquer bat, wears a pair of white batting gloves. Tommy Mendoza into his windup, and now time is called. The lights have been on since the first pitch here this evening. Beloit with single runs in the first and second leads it 2-0. And a hummer high and away evens the count up to the number 8 hitter Caleb Moore. Caleb's 5'11". A catcher. And a changeup is popped foul towards the Colonel first base dugout. And racing over is Mark Trumbo. He gloves it to end the inning. Mark Trumbo catches the foul pop at first, and after the leadoff homer by Henry Sanchez, Tommy Mendoza settles down and gets the next 3 snappers in order. And after 2 innings in Beloit, Colonels trail the Snappers 2-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Who's that cool cooking man? King of the grill, who's show? Patio.
It's time for Clement's Great Grill Challenge. If someone asks you, what's cooking, Daddy-O, tell them Clement's is always lean and juicy. The other guys have more fat, more flare-ups, and shrinking taste. Avoid unnecessary flare-ups. Never substitute fat for flavor. Always grill Clement's.
King of the grill, man. Grill's hot. He's cool. Who's your patio?
John Rogers back with you here at Pullman Field to tell you about some special upcoming events at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. This Saturday, a Scott's Lawn product representative will answer all your lawn questions at Peck's. That's this Saturday from 10 till 2. Saturday, April 8th, come visit the Scott's Lawn product representative at Peck's. A free rose bush care seminar Tuesday, April 11th at Peck's at 7 o'clock. The Easter Bunny will visit Peck's Saturday the 18th, Sunday the 19th from 10 to 4, so you can plan on visiting the Easter Bunny at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. Peck's has knowledgeable staff that will gladly add all the expert, helpful advice you need to make your plants grow their best. Peck's Flower and Garden Shop, celebrating 50 years of growing with the Cedar Rapids community. Stop in and see what's new and hot in flowers and plants. Peck's Flower and Garden Shop, nursery and landscaping at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast, celebrating 50 years. They were founded in 1956. Thanks for letting me tell you about Peck's. A long-time Kernel booster, Warner Madrigal, pulls the first pitch foul into the third base Beloit dugout. Strike one to the Kernel right fielder, batting seventh in the Allen Motor Company order. 2-0 Beloit, top of the third, as the Kernels look for their first base runner against Kyle Waldrop, and the next delivery is low. 2 extra base hits, counting for the 2 snapper runs, a triple and a home run. Warner waits on a curveball and cranks that one foul into the third base Beloit outpost. Madrigal steps all the way out near the edge of the dirt batting circle. Right-handed hitter with power. Played for the Kernels last year, hit .247, a check swing, and that one rifles between first and the Kernel batting coach, Eric Owens, coaching at first. We're with you again tomorrow here on KMRY. 6:10, our South Slope Communications Triple Play showtime. Ooh, a borderline pitch. The crowd wanted the call but didn't get it. 2-2 to Warner Madrigal, to be followed by Brett Martinez and Ryan Leahy here in the Kernel third inning. A curve, and that's grounded into left for the first Kernel hit of the night. Warner Madrigal gets the Kernel started on the right foot here in the third as he pulled a ground ball base hit into left. The first Kernel hit of the night. And that brings in Brett Martinez.
Number 35, Brett Martinez.
Martinez, the number 8 hitter. Brett's 22 years old, 6 feet, 200 pounds, an Angel 24th round pick back in 2002. Believe it or not, this is his 4th year of professional baseball. And the first pitch is low to Brett Martinez. He steps out and takes a good long look at Bobby Magallanes. Kernels in their gray road uniforms with red numbers trimmed in white. Cedar Rapids inscripted in block letters across the front. The runner goes, and a little trickler up the third baseline. The catcher picks it up and has no play. It's an infield single on a hit and run by Brett Martinez. Well, Martinez, with Madrigal running, got a piece of it and just nubbed it in front of the plate. The catcher, Caleb Moore, converged with Kyle Waldrop, the pitcher. That one was dribbled up the third baseline for an infield single. And the Kernels are in business here in the third inning, down by a pair. They have their first 2 men up, and this is a bunt situation for Ryan Leahy, the number 9 hitter out of Boston College. Everybody in the ballpark expecting Ryan to lay one down, and he does. It's punted to the right side of the diamond. The pitcher hustles over, picks it up with the glove, transfers it to his bare hand, and tosses out the batter. Ryan Leahy laid the sacrifice bunt down. It went pitcher to first, 1-3. And the Kernels have the tying runs aboard with 1 away, and their leadoff man up here in the top of the third, Brad Kuhn. Well, that's execution, isn't it? Wonderful bunt by Ryan Leahy as he deadened the ball and advanced the runners into scoring position for the leadoff man, Kuhn, who struck out his first time up. Ground ball to first. Runner holds at third. And Kuhn retired. A throw to second. That runner is out. And the Kernels are out of the inning. A double play. Poor base running at second base by Brett Martinez. Kuhn grounded it to first. Henry Sanchez picked it up, stepped on first for the second out of the inning, unassisted. And then he threw to the shortstop at second. So it goes 1-6 on a ground ball double play. And the Kernels run themselves out of a scoring chance here in the third inning. No runs, 2 hits, a sacrifice bunt, a double play, a Kernel base running error, no Beloit errors, and the Kernels leave their first man stranded of the game. Well, that's a momentum changer as Beloit gets out of a second and third 1-out jam and prevents the Kernels from scoring. We go to the home half of the third. Snappers lead it 2-0. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. To you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino. You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Oh, come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for the Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wig from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
Giancarlo Ortiz tries to bunt his way on to open up the Beloit third. He missed the first pitch from the Kernel right-hander Tommy Mendoza, 0-1. 2-0 Snappers, bottom of the third inning. They scored a single run on a triple and ground ball out in the first, a leadoff homer by Henry Sanchez, their number 5 hitter in the second. Kernels had runners at second and third, only 1 out in the top of this third inning, but failed to score. A fastball zips below the knees, and it's 2-1 to the number 9 hitter batting left-handed, Giancarlo Ortiz. Strike 2 called on the inside edge. A very unconventional double play ended the Kernels' scoring threat in the top of this third inning. With runners at second and third, Brad Kuhn grounded out sharply to first. Here's a bouncer to first on 2 hops, stabbed by Mark Trumbo a couple of steps in and to his left, and he takes care of Giancarlo Ortiz, and that's 4 in a row retired by Tommy Mendoza. On the ground ball by Kuhn, snared by Henry Sanchez, he looked the lead runner, Warner Madrigal, back to third, then threw to second. Brett Martinez was caught in no man's land between second and third, and the shortstop, Giancarlo Ortiz, tagged him out for a double play. Now a big bender drops in to Scott Tolleson for a strike. 2-0 Snappers, bottom of the third inning. Tolleson lays off this Uncle Charlie low and away. Steve grounded out to shallow short to open things up for Beloit. Right-handed batter Steve Tolleson bats from a low squat and rifles one into left center for extra bases. In between Kuhn and Renz it goes, and trotting into second with a stand-up double is Steve Tolleson, the third hit of the game for the Beloit Snappers. Steve Tolleson bridged the gap in left center between Jordan Renz and Brad Kuhn, and it's the third Snapper extra base hit of the game.
Number 4, Drew Thompson.
In addition to the Collins Community Credit Union Stadium replicas on opening day this Monday the 10th and the Mercy Medical Center magnet schedules, hot dogs will be just $1 all day long and every Monday home game. $1 hot dogs at Veterans Memorial Stadium every Monday this season, including opening day. Fergie Jenkins will be on hand. He'll be signing autographs for a fee, and that fee will go to Fergie's foundation. But if you're a Cub fan or a Fergie Jenkins guy, he'll be at the ballpark opening day and Tuesday and Wednesday nights as well. It's 1-1 to Drew Thompson, and now he lifts one foul over the grandstand roof behind the plate. Drew, a switch hitter, tripled and scored the first run of this game back in the first inning. He's batting with a runner at second. One away here in the Beloit third inning, 2-0 Snappers. And a slider is up high from the 18-year-old Colonel right-hander, Tommy Mendoza. Opening day, the gates open at 11 on Monday morning. Come on out and help usher in the 5th year of Colonel play at Veterans Memorial Stadium and take home a couple of valuable souvenirs. Tommy Mendoza left a curveball up in the zone, and Drew Thompson laced it foul to the backstop. Right-handed pitcher Tommy Mendoza comes set below the chin, now steps off the rubber as Hanley Stacia had snuck in behind the runner at second, Steve Tolleson. 2-0 Beloit. And the next one. A curve is high and deep to right. Madrigal looking up, and it sails over his head off the wall for extra bases. Drew Thompson is headed to third, and no throw there. It's 3-0. Drew Thompson has hit his second triple of the game. And I mean, he pulverized the Tommy Mendoza delivery and hit a rocket over Warner Madrigal's head off the wall for his second triple in a row, and it's 3-0 Beloit here in the third inning. So the Snappers have had the lightning in their bats here on this overcast, cool evening. Colonel Infield will come in for the play at the plate. Drew Thompson socked one over Madrigal's head, narrowly missed a 2-run homer. Drove home Steve Tolleson from second. And all 4 Snapper hits have been extra base hits off the Colonel 18-year-old Tommy Mendoza. Paul Kelly with the infield in. Belts it to deep left, way back at the wall, and off the wall. Trotting home is Drew Thompson to make it 4-0 Snappers. And into second goes Paul Kelly. That's the 5th extra base hit for Beloit, and they now enjoy a 4-0 lead here in the third inning. Paul Kelly drilled it over the head of Jordan Renz, and it's Kernan Ronan paying a visit to the hill to talk it over with Tommy Mendoza. Well, that'll give us a chance here in Beloit to suggest and encourage you to mark your calendars for the 3rd annual Corridor Classic at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Wednesday, April 26th. The Kernels will host the Veterans Memorial Stadium will host the Corridor Classic. The UNI Panthers and the Iowa Hawkeyes play each other. Tickets available by calling 896-7560, 896-7560. The University of Iowa will be on the pavilion, and the UNI folks on the Miller Mezzanine. The Corridor Classic, the American Diabetes Association working with the Kernels, the Hawkeyes, the Panthers, the Gazette, and KCRG to raise money for diabetes research. The theme of this year's event, Kiss a Pig, Fly Away. You can purchase raffle tickets for $5 and be entered in a drawing for a $4,900 travel voucher, destination of your choice. The Corridor Classic, Wednesday, April 26th at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Tommy Mendoza has powdered in a couple of strikes to the left-handed hitting Eric Liss, and whatever Kernan Ronan said to The Colonel 18-year-old youngster is worked. 0-2 to Eric Liss from the University of Evansville. That's in southwest Indiana. Ooh, a fastball, and Brett Martinez had to reach across his body to prevent a wild pitch. That one zipped right in on the left-handed hitter. Eric Liss, Twin 9th-round draft pick last year, hit .315 with Elizabethton. Runner at second, one out. 2 runs across here for the Snappers. They've scored in every inning so far, and they lead it 4-0. Liss stays alive by slicing it off to the left and out of play. Only 380 feet to center field here at Pullman Field. A curve is in the dirt, blocked by Brett Martinez. Momentum shifted in this game in the top of the third inning. Kernels with runners at second and third, one out, and a base-running gaff. A double play resulted, and Beloit's added to their lead with a pair here in the bottom of the third. They're up 4-0. Ground ball sharply hit to Mark Trumbo. He knocks it down, underhands to the pitcher covering for the second out of the inning. Paul Kelly trots to third on the Eric Liss sharply hit grounder to Mark Trumbo. The play went 3-1 with Tommy Mendoza taking the underhand toss. Tommy broke instinctively to his left and covered the bag. And now with a runner at third and 2 gone, Henry Sanchez steps in. This fella belted a leadoff homer in the second inning to make it 2-0 Snappers. Henry Sanchez looks at a curve low and away. 19 years old. First-round pick by the Twins last year. Only played in 21 games last year with the Gulf Coast League Twins out of San Diego. There's a strike on the outside corner from Tommy Mendoza, the Colonel right-hander. Outfield plays the number 5 hitter Sanchez deep and straight away, and a good off-speed pitch had Henry out in front. He swings and misses. Henry Sanchez is just 19 years old. They list him at 6'3", 260. 6'3", 260. Ooh. A slider low and away, and it struck the bat of the batter, and Brett Martinez snared it for a strikeout. Henry Sanchez down on strikes, and that's the second strikeout recorded by the Colonel youngster, Tommy Mendoza, for Beloit. 2 runs in the third inning on 3 extra base hits, no Colonel errors, and Beloit leaves a runner aboard, their first stranded of the evening. Through 3 innings at Pullman Field, Beloit on top of the Kernels, 4-0. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Springtime. That time of year when your heating system still runs some, but it's also a time when your air conditioning can be running too. Who do you call when either of them fail? Never fear, the A-Team is near. The A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. They can inspect and ensure that your heating and cooling system is ready to go when you need it. 24 hours a day, call them the A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. Call 393-4872 for Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Advanced Systems, the leader in office technology, is like a great baseball coach when it comes to office productivity. Advanced Systems makes the most of your team. They do it with the latest technology for office productivity from Canon. They're also like a great trainer. Advanced Systems' advanced life support makes sure your office equipment runs at peak levels and fixes it fast if things go wrong. Hit it over the fence with Canon technology from Advanced Systems. Call 832-8291.
This is for the 21st century with Advanced Systems. When it's important to you, coffee works, let your work shine through. Quality coffee, do it for less. Don't settle for second best. Coffee works, computer center, coffee works. We do it better when you think of coffee. Think of coffee works. Coffee works,
Kernels have been out-hit 5-2, trail 4-0. Flint Whipkey, the number 2 hitter in the Allen Motor Company order, first up against Kyle Waldrop. Whipkey, a right-handed batter, and the first pitch is low, a fastball to Flint. Whipkey, in 28 games with Orem last season, had 5 home runs. Bender is in at the letters for strike 1. The numbers 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Kernels here in the top of the 4th inning. Kyle Waldrop's next pitch is swung on and fouled at the feet of the catcher, Caleb Moore. We've got lots of fun in store for you this season at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The number to call for tickets is 896-7560. 896-7560. A trip to the hill by Caleb Moore. He's donning very dark blue shin guards. They almost look black, and a dark blue chest protector. Center fielder Edward O'Valley playing Flint Whipkey to hit into right center. Flint lifts one into shallow right. The second baseman backs up a few steps, and just on the edge of the grass behind the dirt, taking it in safely for the out is Drew Thompson. So Flint Whipkey is popped out to second for the first out here in the Kernel 4th inning. We've told you about the dollar dogs every Monday. That's right, every Monday at home it's just $1 for a hot dog. Tuesday, we've got a great offer for you, Triple Play Tuesday, and it is special. Hamburger or cheeseburger, plus a beverage and bag of chips for just $5. $5 for a hamburger, cheeseburger, plus beverage and bag of chips on Triple Play Tuesdays. Hanley Stacia corks one foul hard past first. Hanley Stacia grounded out to first to end the Kernel first inning. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Kernel number 3 hitter, Hainly, Hanley Stacia. And he rips one into right for a 1-out single. The Kernels have their 3rd hit of the game, trailing 4-0 here in the 4th inning. Hanley Stacia, a solid base wrap into right field. He pulled that 2-1 pitch. And Mark Trumbo stands in. Trumbo fouled out to first, leading off the 2nd inning. Mark is the Kernel first baseman here in the season opener. Trumbo uses a traditional white ash bat. Waits for the first pitch, and it's high and away, a fastball. Five former Kernels on Mike Scioscia's big league club in Anaheim, including Jeff Mathis, Casey Kochman, Scott Shields. The runner goes a strike. The throw to second, not in time. There's a stolen base for Hanley Stacia. He's in scoring position as Mark Trumbo took a called strike, 1-1 to the big Kernel cleanup batter, and now a base hit by Trumbo would cut this Beloit lead to 3 runs. Snappers lead it 4-0 here in the top of the 4th. John Lackey, the stalwart right-hander for Los Angeles, former Kernel. Scott Shields, Casey Kochman, Jeff Mathis. Now a slider inside, and it's 2-1 to Mark Trumbo. I'd say we have in a neighborhood of 300 to 400 here tonight on this chilly season opener in Beloit. Mark Trumbo, a ground ball off the chest of the third baseman, and recovering in time is Steve Tolleson to get Trumbo. Hanley Stacia had to hold at second as Trumbo grounded one sharply right off the chest of Steve Tolleson. A tough break for the Kernels because the ball Ricochet to the left of Tolleson. He picked it up and had plenty of time to throw out Mark Trumbo. But Mark hit it on the nose. And that's all you can ask, is to hit that ball hard. Let's see if Dallas Morris can give the Kernels a shot in the arm here. A 2-out RBI chance for the Kernel third baseman. And Dallas fists one to short. Scooping and throwing is Giancarlos Ortiz to end the inning. Dallas Morris wraps out to short, and the Kernels waste a 1-out single and stolen base, and are still unable to dent that scoreboard. No runs in the fourth, 1 hit. There were no Beloit errors. The Kernels strand a man, their second left of the evening. We're heading to the home half of the fourth inning at Pullman Field, where Beloit leads it 4-0, and you're enjoying Kernel baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. And you heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 new Kernel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
Meet Jim. When it's nice out, he spends weekends in his yard trying to kill weeds.
Gotcha.
Meet Dave. He spends weekends on the green. That's because Greg's Lawn Service takes care of his lawn. Mowing, fertilizing, pruning, and, weed control. Greg's does the big jobs, too. Landscaping, retaining walls, curb edging, and patios. So when you've had enough of those little devils...
Yes.
Call 393-0101. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Sonia Sedlock, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. We all know how quickly life can change. You buy a new car or a new home. Your family is blessed with a new baby. Your teenager starts driving the family car. I'm here to help with a complete line of insurance plans to give you protection when you need it the most. Pekin Insurance has been in business of insuring people for 85 years. I'm here to put your interests first. Please visit me, Tanya Sedlock, at the Andrews Agency.
Swinging at the first pitch to open up the Beloit fourth and hitting a high, lazy fly to right is Edward Ovala. Ovaya has flown to right. First pitch swinging, 1 away here in the fourth inning. 4-0 Beloit. History being made as we bring you the game here on K-Memory, 1450 KMRY. And, of course, we'll be right back here tomorrow evening, 6:10, with the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Then the Kernel Radio Network will transfer over to the Zone for Saturday and Sunday's games here from Beloit. Saturday, we'll be on the air at 3:40 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show on 1600 AM. And then Sunday, 1:40, the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show right here on your home of the Kernels, the Kernel Radio Network. Here's a deep drive to left. Wren's on the run, won't get it. That one's socked over Jordan's head, and Eli Tintor has a stand-up double. Well, these Beloit snappers have knocked the cover off the ball here tonight in terms of extra base hits galore. That is the 6th extra base hit for Beloit. All 6 of their hits have been for extra bases. The snappers have 2 triples, 3 doubles, and a home run. And we have to feel pretty fortunate to only be down 4-0 with those kind of numbers. Runner at second for Carlos Moore. Eli Tintor with the double over Renz's head. Ooh, a home run cut and a miss by Caleb Moore. Let's get back to that Triple Play Tuesday. A hamburger, cheeseburger, plus a beverage and a bag of chips, all for just $5 every Tuesday this season. High fastball, cut on and missed by the number 8 hitter. He steps out, Caleb Moore. Triple Play Tuesdays, dinner is served for $5. That's quite a bargain, isn't it? And you heard David Bolt, one of the best production guys in all of Iowa. There's a swing and a miss and a 3-pitch strikeout for Tommy Mendoza. Boy, did he need that one. It's Tommy's second strikeout of the evening. between innings, told you about Fairfax Money Wednesdays. Every Wednesday this season, the first 750 of you Colonel fans will receive an envelope with cash inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Fairfax State Savings Bank, proud to sponsor Money Wednesdays this year. The first 750 of you fans will receive $1 up to $100 in cold, hard cash from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Isn't that something? A little dribbler, and it's ruled a foul ball just to the right of home plate. That was Giancarlos Ortiz, who sped out of the batter's box, and now he walks back towards home plate. A little tip foul, and it's 1-1 to the number 9 hitter for the Snappers. Brad Kuhn is playing the left-handed batting Ortiz to hit the other way. He's in left center. Tommy's fastball is upstairs, and it's 2-1 now to the batter. Long way to go in this one. 4-0 Beloit, bottom of the 4th inning. Runner at second, 2 gone, and a late swing and a tip foul by the number 9 batter. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second. Nothing doing right now in either bullpen. Tommy Mendoza checks the runner at second and delivers. Upstairs, and that runs the count full to Ortiz. What's the field like, you ask? It's in great shape. Lush green grass, no dead spots, neatly trimmed. Beautiful setting for this early in the month of April in the Midwest. April 6th. Ball 4. Ooh, Tommy Mendoza lost the number 9 hitter, but that's just the first walk he's issued this evening, so you can't come down too harshly on the Colonel right-hander. He's had great control, but he did walk the number 9 hitter to make it first and second. Now the top of the order, Steve Tolleson. We'll have a fun opportunity for you coming up in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a new promotion here during all of our road games called the Bruce Moore Bonanza. Your chance to earn a reward from Bruce Moore by logging on to their website. So we'll tell you about that in the bottom of the 5th inning. Our great friends at Bruce Moore, Peggy Whitworth, Jim Kern, and Jenny Conkle, working with us to have some fun during all of our road broadcasts with the Bruce Moore Bonanza. First pitch is high, and now a strike in to the right-handed hitting leadoff batter, Steve Tolleson. Mendoza set below the chin, and a pitch in the dirt. Brett Martinez blocked it niftily and prevented the runners from moving up. Looks like Tommy Mendoza may be tiring just a bit. Now he takes a trip on the backside of the hill. Kernels in their navy blue road caps. All gray road uniforms. Let's see, with 2 on, 2 out, what develops. A pitch sails high and away, and another indication that the 18-year-old Colonel youngster may be fatiguing here in the bottom of the 4th inning. All 6 snapper hits have been for extra bases. They lead it 4-0. A comebacker off Mendoza's glove. He'll try to chase it down, and does, but not in time to make a play at first. Everybody's safe, and that should be an error on the Colonel pitcher. A ground ball back to the mound. They're going to rule it a base hit, but we've commented before, anything hit back to the pitcher is automatically a hit. The modern-day scorekeeper will not ever charge a pitcher with an error, but Tommy mishandled that one. It's a single, and the bases are loaded with 2 out. Mendoza got his glove up in plenty of time, and the ball ricocheted off his mitt, rolled towards second base. Tommy hustled after it with everything he had, barehanded, then made a very smart decision not to make a throw to first. So it's Steve Tolleson's second straight hit. the second hit of the inning, the 7th hit of the night for Beloit, and this game has reached a pivotal junction. Bases loaded. Bases loaded, 2 out for Drew Thompson. All he's done tonight is tripled twice, scored a run, drove in a run. Drew Thompson.
Batting second baseman, number 4, Drew Thompson.
Trying to deliver a telling blow in this game, and Tommy Mendoza trying to avoid a knockout blow. Ball 1, a breaking pitch upstairs to the left-handed, or the switch hitter batting left, 19-year-old Drew Thompson. A broken bat looper into center, and Brad Kuhn has it. Brad Kuhn has it to keep the Kernels in the game. Drew Thompson hit it off the trademark, looped it into shallow center, where Kuhn scurried in to put it away. Tommy Mendoza showing a lot of heart and a lot of gumption in that pitching sequence. No runs for Beloit in the 4th. 2 hits. They've had a hit in every inning. No Kernel errors. The Snappers leave the bases loaded and have stranded 4. And after 4, Kernels behind in the season opener, 4-0. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
If your spring cleaning plans include throwing out household furniture items, be sure to follow the instructions on the orange bulky item collection flyer you received in the mail. Up to 4 items, such as couches, mattresses, and box springs, dressers, wooden desks, and bookshelves, would be picked up by city crews. However, appliances, TVs, computer components, and scrap metal will not be collected. Your orange flyer will tell you where to dispose of such prohibited items. Thanks for using your orange flyer as your spring cleanup resource.
Rogers back with you in Beloit after that word from Eric Christopher Walker about recycling. Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. They've been supplying the Cedar Rapids and all of eastern Iowa with the finest flowers and plants for 50 years. The knowledgeable staff at Peck's will gladly add all the expert helpful advice you need to make your plants grow their best this spring. Whether you need a single fresh flower or flowers for an entire wedding or a single tree or a whole home landscape, Peck's can do it all. Remember, Scott's Lawn Product Representative will be at Peck's this Saturday, April 8th from 10 to 2 to answer your questions. Peck's Flower and Garden Shop celebrating 50 years in eastern Iowa. And you heard Eric Christopher Walker tell you about that recycling flyer you received in the mail. I just got mine yesterday, and it is more of a tan color than orange. It is more of a tan color. You could call it orange, but I kind of misled Eric with that copy that I wrote. It's more tan, but it is the key to preparing for the spring bulky item cleanup. That tan flyer you received in the mail from Solid Waste and Recycling Services. Big Uncle Charlie, a strike call to Jordan Renz, who opens up the Kernel 5th inning. We're sailing right along here in Beloit. 4-0 Snappers. Renz lays off a curve from Kyle Waldrop. Still no action in either bullpen through 4 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits, 6 for extra bases, no errors for the Snappers. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Kernels. Renz tips one foul at his feet, and Jordan's in a hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Great to have you with us. Baseball is back in all its glory in the Midwest League. Wonderful to have you listening in tonight on the Kernel Radio Network. Renz checks his swing on a changeup in the dirt, took it for ball 2. There aren't too many scoreboards left in the league like the one here in Beloit. Very simple. Curve, and that one just dropped off the table for strike 3 called, and Jordan Renz, all he can do is march back to the Kernel first base dugout. That was some pitch by Kyle Waldrop. His first strikeout since the first inning, where he fanned the first 2 Kernel batters. Renz down on strikes on a knee-buckling curve. 1 out here in the Kernel 5th inning. The scoreboard here in Beloit is above the left center field wall, and it has just the basic information. the number of the man at the plate, Warner Madrigal, ball, strike, out, and then a inning-by-inning line score with the runs, hits, and errors. That's it. And that turns back the clock to a bygone era in professional baseball. Those scoreboards were all installed in the early 80s. Warner Madrigal's had a good at-bat so far. He's ahead 3-0. Warner has one of the 3 Kernel hits tonight, a leadoff single back in the third. 3-0 delivery. High, ball 4. Warner Madrigal reaches for the second time. First walk issued by 20-year-old Kyle Waldrop. Brett Martinez is introduced, the Kernel catcher, on a hit and run. Reached on an infield single his first time up. Brett Martinez, right-handed batter. Looks at the first pitch low, ball 1, and out to the hill goes Caleb Moore, the catcher. Remember, in the bottom half of this 5th inning, we'll give you a chance to earn a prize from Bruce Moore, our Bruce Moore Bonanza. You can log on now to get a head start if you'd like. We'll give you the question in the bottom of the 5th inning, and then you'll email me your answers here in the booth in Beloit, www.brucemore.org. BRUCEMORE, brucemore.org. Martinez slaps the 1-0 pitch foul to the screen. Another unique aspect or feature of this ballpark, Pullman Field, there are a row of seats at field level tucked in between the dugouts behind home plate. You actually sit at field level. Reminiscent of the dugout boxes in Dodger Stadium when it first opened. I think they've eliminated those dugout boxes at Chavez Ravine, but boy, were they the envy of a small kid who used to watch the Cardinal-Dodger games on TV. Strike 3 called to Brett Martinez. Brett was carved up by Kyle Waldrop for the second caught looking here in the Kernel 5th inning. And it'll be Ryan Leahy at the plate. Leahy has provided the Kernels with their only offensive spark of the night, a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd inning that advanced Kernel runners to 2nd and 3rd. They were at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And then the pivotal play in this game, Brett Kuhn grounded one sharply to Henry Sanchez at first, and he turned it into a double play as Brett Martinez was picked off second base. And that has been the pivotal play in this game because Beloit, after the Kernels squandered that scoring chance in the top of the 3rd, rung up a couple of runs, and they enjoy a 4-0 lead here in the 5th. Ryan Leahy takes a 1-0 pitch for a strike. Ryan introduced himself last night at our annual dinner at the Oxchoke Inn in the Amanas as a utility man. And you all know how valuable utility men are in baseball. A curve is strike 2 to Ryan Leahy. And as a Cardinal fan growing up, the best utility man I ever saw was Jose Oquendo. He was so good that Whitey Herzog dubbed him the secret weapon. Oquendo managed in the World Baseball Classic, and he's the 3rd base coach for Tony La Russa in St. Louis. Oh, the Minnesota Twins had some great utility men over the years. Guys like Rich Rollins and what was that great guy in the 80s? I'll think of him, not Al. I'll think of that great utility man for the Twins. Ball 2 is high, and they count 2-2 to Ryan Leahy with 2 out and a Kernel runner at first. Warner Madrigal, top of the 5th, 4-0 Snappers. Well, I'll have to have Kernel Media Relations Director Todd Brummelkamp help me out a little bit with that twin utility man. Swing and a miss by Ryan Leahy. And how about Kyle Waldrop? He strikes out the side, he walked a man, and he has blanked the Kernels through 5 innings. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza comes your way in the next half inning. Your chance to earn a reward from Bruce Moore. Log on now to www.brucemore.org, and we'll give you the question in the next, that is the upcoming half inning. Through 4.5 in southern Wisconsin, 4-0 Beloit. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Kernel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Kernel game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball player. Then drop the ballot in a designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, teammates working for a better community.
Hard, and you're finally your own boss. As a business owner, you may not want to hear the word liability, but it comes with the territory. Smart business owners protect their investments with a business owner's policy from Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha. Neighbor Insurance Services can show you how to secure the right amount of protection for your business at affordable rates. Your business is important. See Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha for business owners insurance.
Here we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Tommy Mendoza pawing at the cleats on the bottom of his right shoe. And the next one is swung on and missed. We're in Beloit to open the season, and it's 4-0 Snappers. Boy, I still haven't thought of the name of that twin utility man from the glory years in the 80s. I know he was a little fella, and he went on to manage in the Twin organization, an African-American, and his name's at the tip of my... Al Newman. He was a great utility man. Boy, you start losing it when you get middle-aged. 2-1 the count to Paul Kelly. Heart of the order for Beloit, and Kelly whoops one foul off to the right. All right, you've logged on to www.brucemore.org. That's BRUCEMORE. And your chance now to answer our Bruce Moore Bonanza question for a reward from Bruce Moore. So call up their website. A high, lazy pop fly, a Texas League looper into right, and a whale of a basket catch by Ryan Leahy. Leahy had to angle on a dead sprint towards the right field line in front of Madrigal, and he made a whale of a basket catch to take a Texas League single bid away from Paul Kelly. That's the defensive play of the night by either squad. Dave Schultz is here, and what a reunion unfolding. Dave Schultz, a longtime friend from the Rockford newspaper, and sure enough, Todd Brummelkamp remembered his assigned duty to come up and help with the Bruce Moore Bonanza. Here's a high fly ball to deep left, and it hasn't rained all night. Jordan Renz tried to make it rain as he did a rain dance underneath that one, but he caught it on the edge of the warning track. That was an adventure, but Jordan caught it. Two fine defensive plays by the Kernels. All right, here's our Bruce Moore Bonanza question. What specialty tour on April 8th, the 22nd, and the 29th offers you the chance to experience Bruce Moore from the perspective of servants who worked on the Bruce Moore estate from 1906 to 1937? Again, you need to log on to the Bruce Moore website, www.brucemore.org, and answer our Bruce Moore Bonanza question. What specialty tour on April 8th, 22nd, and 29th offers you the chance to experience Bruce Moore from the perspective of the servants who worked on the estate from 1906 to 1937? You need to email me at john@kernels.com, JOHN@kernels, KERNELS.com. And I made a major change in my life last week by purchasing a laptop computer. Todd Brummelkamp, Colonel Media Relations Director, knows how to use a computer, and he's going to check my email as you email me the answer to the Bruce Moore Bonanza. Strike 2 call to the batter, Tommy Mendoza, trying to retire Beloit in order for the first time tonight. I'll repeat the Bruce Moore Bonanza question one more time for you, and then Todd will shake down the emails. Ooh, a borderline pitch, ball 4. Oh, brother. Henry Sanchez took a fastball, looked like it was going to be called strike 3, but he draws a 2-out walk to keep this 5th inning alive and foiled Tommy Mendoza's 1-2-3 inning attempt. And we are going to have our first U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen of this 2006 season. Tommy Mendoza acquitted himself very well on a cool evening. The 18-year-old Colonel right-hander goes 4 2/3. And in 4 2/3, Mendoza leaves, having surrendered 4 runs on 7 hits, 6 of them for extra bases. Tommy struck out a pair, and he walked 2. He kept the Kernels in the game. They're down 4-0, and a tall right-hander is coming on for the Kernels. We were told by Kernan Ronan that it would likely be Tim DeJurgis, a hard G, and it is Tim DeJurgis. Now, DeJurgis, we'll tell you more about him in a moment, but he's from the same school as Frederick Deloiziga-Kearney was last year from Regis in Denver. But let's salute U.S. Cellular. This call to the Colonel bullpen is sponsored by U.S. Cellular. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. All right, one more time with our Bruce Moore Bonanza question. You've logged on to www.brucemore.org. What specialty tour on April 8th, 22nd, and 29th, that's this Saturday, then the 22nd and 29th, what specialty tour at Bruce Moore offers you the chance to experience Bruce Moore from the perspective of the servants who worked on the estate from 1906 to 1937? Please email us your answers at john@kernels.com, and we may have a winner already. We may have a winner to our Bruce Moore Bonanza. I'll tell you, Dave Schultz from Rockford, could you imagine 11 years ago when I broke into this league, being able to take answers to these questions on the Internet in Beloit, Wisconsin? Todd Brummelkamp, Morgan Hamer has earned himself, well, Morgan could be a woman's name. Yeah, could be a woman, could be a man. Morgan Hamer, you are absolutely correct. The answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza is the view from the back stairs. Morgan, we're going to ask you in your email, and the first pitch from DeJurgis hits the batter, and a hit batsman by Tim DeJurgis in relief of Tommy Mendoza makes it first and second here with 2 out in the 5th inning. We're going to make sure we get Morgan's street address and phone number. We'll do that. But congratulations to Morgan Hamer. Morgan, you'll be receiving a reward in the mail from the great folks at Bruce Moore. The view from the back stairs, the correct answer to the name of the tour. Here's a sharply hit grounder to Hanley Stacia. He has it and flips to Leahy for a force of Henry Sanchez to end the inning. It went 6-4. In the 5th inning, no runs for Beloit. No hits, a walk, a hit batter, no Colonel errors. Colonels have played errorless ball, and 2 left. The snappers have let the Colonels hang around. They've stranded 6 men. We're still right in this game after 5 innings. It's the Colonels trailing Beloit 4-0. You're enjoying Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Jumpstart your future with learning from Kirkwood Community College. No matter what your age or previous work experience, you have new opportunities as close as your phone. 398-5517. Kirkwood has hundreds of choices for career and technical programs. Kirkwood has financial aid and support options to help you succeed, and Kirkwood has locally based centers to help you balance work, family, and learning. Kirkwood is ready when you're ready. Call Kirkwood Admissions today. 398-5517. Kirkwood. Start here, go anywhere.
Convenience and trust, two things all of us want. At Tri-State Travel, we offer both. It's convenient for you to make one call or one visit to our office for all your travel needs. A one-day tour, a cruise, a trip to Branson, to charter a motor coach. For 66 years, Tri-State Travel has been a name you can trust to provide quality products. Come see why you can trust us to provide the convenience you expect. Tri-State Travel now at our new location on 7th Street Southwest.
When it comes to auto insurance, Westside Agency in Palo, your professional Pekin insurance agency, will make certain you're properly insured with the right coverages and deductibles. Westside Agency will tell you about the money-saving discounts from Pekin Insurance. Multi-car discount, good student discount, loss-free discount, 45-plus auto discount, auto home discount, low mileage discount. To see if you qualify for any of these auto discounts that will lower your premiums, visit Westside Agency in Palo.
Listen to the John Denver hit. Remember when the Baltimore Orioles used to play this for the 7th inning stretch? This is the kind of music you hear right here on K-Memory, John Denver style. Oh, that's a great foot stomper. John Denver, thank God I'm a country boy. Well, the Kernels have been blank through 5 innings at the hands of Kyle Waldrop, a 20-year-old first-round pick of the Minnesota Twins. Jim DeJurgis came on in relief of Tommy Mendoza in the bottom of the 5th inning and got Eli Tintor to wrap into an inning force-out. Here we go to the 6th, and a bunt attempt at the feet of the catcher. Caleb Moore is foul, strike one. On the Colonel leadoff man, Brad Kuhn. We'll have fun during all of our Colonel Road broadcasts with that Bruce Moore Bonanza question. And again, we congratulate Morgan Hamer. Kuhn tries to bunt his way on again. Same result, bunt foul. This one between the wicket of the catcher. Man, with Steve Tolleson charging in, taking his life into his own hands. The little third baseman not expecting bunt now. In fact, he's playing 20 to 25 feet off the line at third. Brad Kuhn trying to reach for the first time tonight as the Colonel leadoff batter. The 0-2. Slap foul in the air down the left field line where the Snappers have a right-hander up and throwing. And that right-hander is Danny Powers. Danny Powers is warming up for Beloit in their bullpen. What an impressive outing for Kyle Waldrop, who the Kernels beat soundly twice last year. But you'd expect a pitcher after starting 27 games in this league last year to have the upper hand on a night like tonight. Experience coupled with cool conditions. Kernels very fortunate not to be behind by more than the 4-0 score because 6 of the 7 snapper hits have been for extra bases. Everybody bundled up here in southern Wisconsin. Temperature, according to my gauge, holding at 55. That's hard to believe. Slider darts low and in, and it's been some at bat for Brad Kuhn. He was in the hole 0-2, and he's come back to run the count full. As easy as Todd Brummelkamp. Swing and a miss by Brad. Uh-oh, we've lost some lights. We have lost a bank of lights behind home plate. Now let's see. We'll mark the time. 7:55 is when the blackout, or partial blackout, unexpectedly, maybe it was Brad Kuhn's hard swing, he might have blown the lights out behind home plate. We're going to have a delay. How in the world would the lights just suddenly go off behind home plate? But that is what happens unpredictably in opening night scenarios. George Spelius, the president of the Midwest League, is on the situation behind home plate, talking with the plate umpire. And I think George is saying, let's play on. Unfortunately, the bank of lights are behind home plate, so that wouldn't be safe. You know who's on top of the situation is the Colonel Equipment Manager, Ron Klein. He's talking it over with Flint Whipkey, the on-deck hitter, and they will not, because of safety concerns, let this game proceed until the lights come back on. Now, I don't know if these are the kind of lights that you have in hockey arenas, the so-called vapor lights that take about 20 minutes to charge up after they're shut off inadvertently. But we have lost power behind home plate. A bank of lights has gone off. George Spelius, the president of the league, is discussing the situation with two umpires. And, well, here's an announcement.
First game of the season, we're going to get this thing worked out. We'll get the lights.
An apology from the public address announcer and a plea for patience to bear with. And this couldn't have happened at a better time in that we have so much more to tell you about on the horizon this season. We've told you about the dollar hot dogs every Monday this season. The Triple Play Tuesdays, $5 for a hamburger or cheeseburger. Potato chips or chips of some sort and a drink, just $5 for Triple Play Tuesdays. David Bolt earlier, between innings, told you about Fairfax Savings Bank Money Wednesdays. During Money Wednesdays, the first 750 of you fans will receive an envelope with cold hard cash inside, anywhere from $1 to a $100 bill, every Wednesday at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Fairfax State Savings Bank Money Wednesdays. Well, Thursday marks the return of one of the most popular promotions at the ballpark the last couple of years. We've renamed it Buck-A-Cup Thursdays. We debated whether to call it Thirsty Thursdays, but we hung the name Buck-A-Cup Thursdays on it. You get a 12-ounce draft beer or soda for only $1. Slushies are only $1. On Buck-A-Cup Thursdays all season long, bottled water just $2 on Buck-A-Cup Thursdays at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Starting May 20th, Saturday nights are extra special. That's because we have a series of fireworks shows to follow all of our Saturday home games starting May 20th. Fireworks at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Just a sampling of some of the fun and memorable entertainment you can experience this spring and summer as we celebrate our 5th year in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Before I tell you a little bit more about opening day, we can never remind you enough about what's in store for you this Monday. We have had a conference behind home plate between the umpires, the head groundskeeper, general manager, and the snappers are being pulled off the field. So Beloit is being pulled off the field. We marked this because we knew it would be more than just a few minutes. At 7:55, following a strike three swinging by Brad Kuhn on a full count pitch, a bank of lights behind home plate mysteriously and inexplicably went blank. And it's been a waiting game since then. So we will keep it right here and tell you the details of opening day. Noon start. Gates open at 11. 3, make that 4. Great reasons for you to come out and help us celebrate that milestone, the 5th year of Veterans Memorial Stadium. Reason number 1, a stunning stadium replica being sponsored by Collins Community Credit Union. More lights have gone out now. Now, did they do that on purpose? Okay. They've turned more lights off. Probably they're part of a central circuit or ballast. I used to work in the janitorial field, and I've replaced ballasts. I'm not a union electrician, but I know that they're doing this for a reason. Now, I've never seen anything like the stadium replicas that Collins Community Credit Union is sponsoring for opening day. Jessica Ferguson of our staff procured this partnership with Collins Community Credit Union. You can hold this stadium replica in the palm of your hand. It is carved out of an exact replica down to the detail. If you have season tickets at Veterans Memorial Stadium, you can show a friend where your season tickets are. That's how detailed the replicas are of the stadium. Those will be given away to the first 1,000 of you Colonel fans this Monday, April 10th. So, too, will be magnet schedules from Mercy Medical Center. Those magnet schedules, compliments of Mercy Medical Center, to be given away this Monday, opening day, April 10th. Hot dogs are just $1 all afternoon long, starting at 11 in the morning. And a Hall of Famer, a Cub great, Fergie Jenkins, will be visiting Veterans Memorial Stadium on behalf of his foundation. He will be signing autographs for a prescribed fee, and you can bring your items in, and Fergie will autograph them. We'll have Fergie Jenkins with us on the air, all 3 games, Monday the home opener, Tuesday night 6:30, and Wednesday night 6:30. Well, an unusual scene here in Beloit. The lights are off, except for the 4 banks of lights in the outfield. The infield lights are off, and it's just past 8 o'clock. We want to remind you that you're enjoying Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network this evening from Beloit on KMRY, K-Memory 1450. Rick Sellers, the founder and president of K-Memory, kind enough to give up his Thursday evening to make sure everything has gone smoothly, and by all accounts, the new equipment that the Zone and K-Memory and the Kernels purchased have greatly enhanced the quality of our broadcast, and we are making history here tonight on the Colonel Radio Network, and we're glad to be doing that. Now, we're going to take a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard for the second time this evening. It's brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Brad Gunn, Dale Thompson, and Al Shetler. Let's start in the American League. We have 2 finals from this afternoon on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The Cardinals made it 3 in a row over the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. They scored 4 in the 5th inning, all 4 of their runs, and whipped Philadelphia 4-2. Jason Marquis will winner. He's 1-0. Corey Lytle, who pitched here in Beloit as a minor leaguer, the loser, 0-1. Jason Isringhausen notched his second save of the young season as the Cardinals flew past the Phillies 4-2. A final from San Francisco. The Giants knocked off the Braves 6-4. And the ageless wonder who pitched in Springfield in this league, I will get Todd Brummelkamp to join us here if possible during this light outage power delay. But Facero must be, Todd, at least 43 years old. And he was the winner. He's 1-0. The loser was Sosa. And Tim Worrell, got the save. Atlanta got home runs from Brian McCann, Brian Jordan, and Sosa, the pitcher, homered. And they lost, though, to the Giants 6-4. National League, they're in the top of the 6th inning at Great America Ballpark, where the Reds lead the Bucks 4-3. Cincinnati's already banged out 10 hits in that one. At Shea Stadium, the Mets hold a 6-5 lead over the Nationals. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And let's see if there's anything else left in the National League. That's it. In the American League, at Camden Yards, the Devil Rays, and we'll have a question. We had a question emailed to us for tomorrow's Ask the Manager show about Joe Madden, the former Angel bench coach. Joe Madden's Devil Rays lead Baltimore 2-0, and Tampa Bay's batting in the top of the 8th at Camden Yards, leading 2-0 on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Toronto 6 and the Twins 2. That game at the Rogers Center, formerly the Sky Dome. Toronto scored 4 in the 6th inning to take a 6-2 lead. They're in the top of the 7th, leading the Twins 6-2. And at the ballpark in Arlington, the Tigers are mauling the Rangers 7-0, top of the 4th inning. And later tonight at Safeco Field, the Athletics take on the Mariners. Now, we are going to have our Director of Media Relations, Todd Brummelkamp, try to fish out an extra set of headsets. They are down in a blue bag behind home plate. We have a very unusual situation here. The lights went out at 5 till 8. It's now 5 after 8. The Kernels trail Beloit with 1 out, nobody on in the 6th inning, 4-0. We're going to do our best on our new system here to bring Todd on the air. Todd drove over here on his own earlier this afternoon through a lot of rain, and we are so fortunate to be playing here tonight. There's been a light drizzle, intermittent, nothing. Oops, that's a mistake. There we go. Rick Sellers, bear with us here as we're trying to do some things we haven't done before. Todd Brummelkamp, I believe we've got you on the air.
Oh, I can't hear you, John.
There you go. Now we've got you potted up. All right, Todd. How's that?
That's better.
All right. Well, Todd, you've been around the Midwest League since you were a young boy growing up in DeWitt, Iowa. I don't think I've seen what we've seen unfold in the last 10 minutes.
I'm having a hard time remembering seeing anything like this. And John, while you were on the air, they explained the bank of lights went off behind home plate. Now they've shut off more lights on the infield because they need to all come down and then re-warm up. So we're waiting to see if these lights will re-warm up. Unfortunately, at this point, it would be an official ball game. Kyle Waldrop has been lights out tonight for the Snappers, so it's kind of appropriate. He's a pitcher that shouldn't be in this league, but he's back. And I don't know if you shared with the listeners information on that.
Well, he made 27 starts last year, and the Kernels were one of the few teams that broke through against him. But when you say that, Todd, you mean that he earned his way by those 27 starts, and his record of 6-11, a 4.98 ERA. But the sheer fact that he started 27 games, the Twins, perhaps, what does he have to prove?
Well, he has nothing to prove at this point, and if you're a Twins fan out there, you will enjoy hearing this. I got the official explanation from a representative of the Snappers when we were talking about our respective opening day lineups and rosters. The Twins have no room for him at Fort Myers, their high A affiliate in the Florida State League. He needs innings, and they have no available spots in their starting rotation with a Fort Myers miracle of the Florida State League. So the Twins made an executive decision to send Waldrop back to the Midwest League to start the season. Obviously, he will not be here all year, especially the way he's pitching tonight. And you can see the difference in a seasoned pitcher. Kyle Waldrop, he's doing a good job of keeping the ball low in the zone. He's mixing things up. Tommy Mendoza, a young guy, this kid was in high school a year ago. He's left the ball up a lot, and he's got knocked around the ballpark. We'll see Tommy. That's going to be fun to watch these guys grow up and grow into true professional ball players, their first full season here. But night and day so far tonight. And unfortunately, I think with the lights coming off here, it'll be the end of Waldrop. They can't send him back out there now.
Yeah, and I think you're right. The Kernels will get a break, Todd. The delay now is up to 13 minutes when the lights went out. Again, going back to K Memories, great music selection. You remember that song? I remember that when the lights went out in Georgia.
Well, tonight is the night the lights went out in Beloit, and we want them to come back on because I think the Kernels have 5 runs in them over the last 4 innings here. And I'm sure a couple people in Beloit would just as soon the lights stayed off. They look like they're having a good time out there on the picnic decks and in the stands.
Yeah, it looks like a Kontiki or a tiki theme out there in right field. And one thing about Wisconsin fans in general, whether they be Brewer fans, Badger fans, Packer fans, they don't let any kind of weather deter them having fun. And I didn't realize, maybe as a gesture of goodwill, the Snapper front office, I think, has issued thunder sticks to everyone.
Well, they just appeared out of nowhere. You mentioned the Badgers, and I think we're seeing the lights come back on. It looks like they're warming up.
Yes.
I had to laugh earlier tonight. I saw Kernels starting pitcher Gustavo Espinoza. He's down in the stands with Robert Mosbach charting pitches tonight. Gustavo is wearing a Wisconsin Badgers stocking cap. It's a little chillier here than it normally is in Venezuela, Gustavo's home country, but we'll have to talk to him about etiquette in Cedar Rapids and wearing that Motion W that was popularized by Barry Alvarez.
Well, Todd, the lights are coming back on, and I want to secure... I believe Danny Powers was warming up in the bullpen for the Snappers. Todd's going to help us through the final portion of this light power outage delay, and then we'll set him loose. He brought some great perspective. He's exactly right. Tommy Mendoza left the ball up this evening to be expected from an 18-year-old in his first start at this level, and the right-hander for the Snappers, Kyle Waldrop, will be in line for a win if the Snapper bullpen can keep from faltering. And like Todd and I said, we fully expect the Kernels to fare much better against this relief pitcher, Danny Powers, than they did Waldrop. I'm going to get the numbers for Waldrop, Todd, if you don't mind telling our great listeners here on the Kernel Radio Network about the guy we expect to come in, Danny Powers.
Well, Powers will be no stranger to this weather. He's a northern boy. He grew up in Joplin, Missouri, just down south of Iowa. And he is a 6'1", 195-pound right-hander, attended Central Missouri State. He was an 8th-round draft pick of the Minnesota Twins in last June's draft. He signed on the 13th right away, getting his start in professional baseball with Elizabethton in the Appalachian League. He went an even 3-3 with a very stellar 2.53 ERA across 22 games. He did not start a game, worked strictly as a reliever. He saved 4 games, pitched 43 innings, gave up 30 hits, 18 runs, 12 of them were earned, only 1 home run. He struck out 47 and walked just 20, and opponents did not even reach the Mendoza line against him. They hit just 197 off Powers, the 6'1", 195 right-hander that we expect to come in out of the bullpen. And it looks like he's still down there throwing as these lights are slowly coming back on. Now, John, I have to congratulate you while I have the opportunity. As we were checking your email for the winner of the Bruce Moore Trivia Contest, I want to congratulate you on becoming a big brother. You got your official confirmation.
Oh, that's wonderful, from Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Yes, you now have a little brother. So,
well,
congratulations. And
wow, that's great. Todd, thank you. Just gone a day and, of course, didn't have a chance to check my email. That's wonderful news. And Andrea Murphy of our staff got us all started by adopting or being a part of the program, having Nick as her younger brother, and then we had our bowl-a-thon that we took part in this past February, which was just a blast.
Absolutely. The Kernels raised over $1,600 for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I won't brag about who raised the most money out of any of us in the office.
Well, you congratulated me. A fair turnabout's fair play. In this case, Todd Grumblecamp raised the most of the entire Kernel staff in that bowl-a-thon effort for Big Brothers Big Sisters. And our other colleague, Josh Boots, was approved as a big brother, big sister, or he'll be the big brother.
I'm pretty sure he's a big brother.
He'll be the big brother of a little boy or girl, and that's just great news. And, boys, thanks for sharing that with us. Todd, whatever the philosophy or whatever the thought process was, it has worked here in Beloit. The delay is going to be from 7:55 until about 8:14, so almost a 20-minute delay. Now Todd, can you confirm that is Danny Powers in the bullpen? Powers goes by number 36. He was the man up earlier. And it is Danny Powers. Let's give you the line on Kyle Waldrop, and as Todd said, an effective performance. Impressive it was. 5 1/3, no runs, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk for the Minnesota Twin first-round draft pick from last year, Kyle Waldrop. And let's see, it looks like the Snappers may also be... No, Caleb Moore is going to stay in at catcher. They're giving Danny Powers all the time he needs. Todd, I understand from Scott Unash we had one season-opening game in southeastern Iowa whitewashed.
That's right. Burlington and Clinton, they called their game off this morning, I would say just about the time the bus was pulling out, maybe shortly after. It showed up in my email box that Burlington was washing out their home opener. A lot of standing water on the field down at Community Field, but it appears as if around the rest of the Midwest League all the games are going on tonight, and we've got a home run leader out of the gates early this year. And I'm a Padres fan, so I'm happy to see it. It's Kyle Blanks. He's blasted 2 for Fort Wayne tonight. So,
well, Todd, before Powers comes on, you've got the scores up. Let's take a look at that Midwest League scoreboard on opening night.
Well, the Swing of the Quad Cities are in Kane County in a Western Division action, and The Cougars have won that one 6-3. Those Oakland Athletics players, they get out of the gate strong, and they win that one 6-3. They scored 5 runs in the momentary distraction there, as it appears another bank of lights has been shut off.
Oh, brother.
There at Pullman Field. Well, we'll continue taking a look around the Midwest League tonight. The Cougars, 6-3 winners over the swing of the Quad Cities. So we'll have the Cougars to contend with in first place if we win tonight. Eastern Division action, Kyle Blanks blasting the 2 home runs for Fort Wayne as they go on the road and defeat West Michigan tonight 5-3 at Fifth Third Field in Comstock Park, Michigan. South Bend and Dayton underway. I'm sure it's a sellout at Fifth Third Field in Dayton. And South Bend, the reigning Midwest League champions, are up on the Dragons 3-2. That game is through 6 innings. And in Lansing, the Lugnuts are on top of Southwest Michigan 8-3. That game is through 7 innings. And one last game in progress tonight, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Also in a Western Division battle with Peoria, they are up 4-2 in Appleton on the Chiefs, who, of course, come to town on Monday at noon. And I'm excited, John, one of my childhood heroes, Jody Davis, bringing those Chicago Cubs minor leaguers into town, and come out and meet us at the stadium at noon on Monday. Those Collins Community Credit Union replicas, stadium replicas, the magnet schedules from Mercy Medical Center. Fergie Jenkins, the Hall of Fame pitcher, going to be on hand. And $1 hot dogs as well. Dollar Dog Mondays. And a noon game at the ballpark. You just can't beat it. Join us at Veterans Memorial Stadium for opening day. And I want to remind everybody they can order tickets by calling the Colonel Ticket Office at 896-7560 during regular business hours, 896-7560, or go online and order them at www.kernels.com.
Well, Todd, thanks a lot for that reminder and all the Midwest League scores. I'm going to keep you here for a little longer because I'm a little bit surprised with a bank of lights out above the Colonel first base dugout that I guess both managers have agreed to play ball, and it's a bit dangerous as Danny Powers comes on here. Todd, I'm not sure how dangerous it is. I'm just a little bit surprised with the league president here, George Spelius, that I've never seen. I don't know how the visibility is going to be at home plate.
I don't know, and the last thing we want is a Ray Chapman incident out here tonight. I'm having a hard time seeing the ball from up here with it. It's pretty important to have that bank of lights out there. There are questions to be answered.
Yeah, it's right above the Colonel first base dugout, and that is crucial for the batter to be able to see that ball coming in. And
not only that, how does it affect the outfielders? Can they see it coming off the bat? This seems to be a dangerous issue going on right now, but maybe the lights are warming up, and suddenly it seems like it's getting a little bit brighter.
Well, let's hope that's the case, because Danny Powers, a right-hander, has come on in relief of the starter Kyle Waldrop here in the 6th inning. Beloit has out-hit the Colonels 7-3 here in the season opener. 6 of their 7 hits against Colonel starter Tommy Mendoza, 18 years old, were extra base hits. Kyle Waldrop has been lifted from this game when the lights went out. Now it's been 25 minutes ago. The lights behind home plate and over the Colonel first base dugout went out and have not totally powered up to full capability. We're going to have Flint Whipke lead it off, or be back second in this inning. The delay goes from 7:55 until 8:20. And thank you here on the Colonel Radio Network for bearing with us and having some fun. We got a lot accomplished with the great help of Todd Brummelkamp. Here's Flint Whipke, who struck out and popped the second. And a strike is called. We'll just have to kind of see how it goes, as Todd described, whether this is a hindrance to the batter or the fielders with that bank of lights still dark above the Colonel first base dugout. Powers with the fastball. It's taken outside. 1-1 to Flint Whipke. Right-handed batter, straightaway stance. Wears a pair of white batting gloves. Whipke on a 1-1. looks at a strike, and that's 1-2. We're in the top of the sixth inning, 1 out, nobody on, and a delay of 25 minutes due to the power outage behind home plate. Flint cues it foul, and he rolls it to the on-deck circle where Hanley Stacia picks it up with his bat. Todd, I haven't had time to get my atlas out to look up where Curacao is. It's an island, I believe, in the Caribbean. And as a former 7th grade geography teacher, I should know, but maybe that's another thing I can use my great new purchase of the laptop computer to find out where Curacao is. Slider, it looked good, and Whipkey held up according to the base umpire. 2-2 to Flint. Top of the sixth inning. Something's got to be wrong with another new gadget I purchased, Todd. I don't know why it keeps showing that it's still 55 degrees outside. Strike 3 called, and that's the second out here in the Kernels' sixth inning, and that's the 7th Kernel to go down on strikes. Danny Powers records a strikeout. Well, Bobby Magallanes and the Beloit manager,
now batting shortstop, number 4, Hanley Stacia.
Jeff Smith, got together with the umpires, and they decided to play on despite this handicap of a bank of lights being out. Here's a little dribbler to the right of the mound, and a stumbling fielding effort and toss by Danny Powers. Boy, he had to scoot quickly to his left, turning his feet, and he lost his footing, and on his way to the ground, about 20 feet from the bag at first, the pitcher underhanded to first baseman Henry Sanchez to get the speedster Hanley Stacia. Kernels go in order in the top of the sixth inning, and Todd Brummelkamp, we'll have you keep us posted if you hear anything down below about this light situation. Enjoy the rest of the evening, Todd, and thanks. Now, will you be here for the whole series?
I hope so.
Okay. We go to the bottom of the sixth, Beloit 4, Kernels nothing. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Unheard of and industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kiel Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid, with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kiel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykiel.com. Randy Kiel Honda, where they treat you right.
With Colonel Director of Media Relations Todd Brummelkamp. Todd, John Rogers reporting from Southern Wisconsin, Pullman Field, Beloit. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning, 4-0 Snappers. Todd, before we let you loose, we had some great news from our general manager, Jack Rader, to pass on.
That's right. That's right, John, and we've solved another mystery. Morgan has emailed back. He is a 73-year-old man.
Well, that's great.
Congratulations, Morgan. And Jack says the new radio equipment that the Kernels and our Kernel Radio Network have gone in to purchase, they broadcast sounds spectacular. So,
well, thank you, Jack.
And we also want to thank Colonel Director of Stadium Operations Seth Dorn and his fiancée Cassie. They emailed to say that they're listening in tonight.
Well, that's wonderful. Jack Rader and Seth Dorn, thank you for your comments about the new equipment. And Rick Sellers, you're probably smiling ear to ear, along with John Phelan of The Zone. You two guys helped orchestrate this Kernel Radio Network and the new equipment that went with it. Thank you so much for that. Here's a pitch golf foul off to the right by Caleb Moore. He's facing Tim DeJurgis. Now, Todd, did I get that right?
You did.
All right, that's not easy. But if we can master Frederick Deloise-Gacarni, we can master another fella from Regis University in Denver, Tim DeJurgis.
We must have a regional scout somewhere near that school.
Who likes tall right-handers who are flamethrowers. DeJurgis into his windup, and the number 8 hitter fists this one foul off to the right. Tim DeJurgis is on the hill for the Kernels in relief of starter Tommy Mendoza. And this ball game is in the bottom of the 6th inning. Beloit leads it 4-0. Boy, I still haven't figured out my newfangled thermometer, and I just can't believe the temperature is the same now as it was when the game started, 54 degrees. But could be. Or it could be I'm not using it properly. The 2-2 offering. Drilled into left, a sinking liner falls one hop in front of Renz, and that's the 8th hit for the Snappers, the first for Caleb Moore. I thought he fought off a pretty good pitch, Todd. A fastball in on his hands, and he muscled it into left.
Things are just falling into place tonight for the Snappers here in the opener, but we remain cautiously optimistic. It's a very long season, and you got to remember there's 14 teams in the Midwest League. 7 of them are going to fall on opening day.
Holding the runner at first is Mark Trumbo. The batter's Jan Carlos Ortiz, and he tries to bunt. I don't know if he was sacrificing or bunting for a base hit, but it matters not. He missed it, strike one. Boy, DeJurgis is built a lot like Frederick Deloise-Gacarni. Tall right-hander, broad, round shoulders. Jan Carlos Ortiz is 0 for 1 with a walk. He pops a bunt in the air. It's a fair ball, and it's caught. Halfway up the third base side by the third baseman, Dallas Morris. Jan Carlos Ortiz trying to sacrifice Caleb Moore to second, and he popped it in the air to third. Charging was Dallas Morris, and he caught it for the first out of the inning. To the top of the order we go. Steve Tolleson. Tim DeJurgis brings it. It's a breaking pitch low and away.
His father played in the major leagues. You remember Tolleson?
Yes, I sure do.
Got a couple sons of big leaguers in the lineup for the Snappers tonight.
And one on the bench in Toby Gardenhire. Yeah, Tolleson and the on-deck hitter, Drew Thompson, who's torn the cover off the ball tonight with 2 triples, a run scored, and an RBI. Oh, during my time with the Kernels, Todd, we've had Brian Downing's son play for us, Brad Downing. We've had Joaquin Andujar's son play for us as a Colonel. A bunt in the air, and can anybody get to it? No, Brett Martinez hustled from his catching squad over towards the third base Snapper dugout, and he came within 2 feet and no closer. A bunt foul for a strike.
Mario Mendoza's son,
yes,
Gary Templeton's son.
Mario Mendoza Jr. Now, Tempe's son took batting practice with us. He never appeared as a Colonel, but he was in the Angel organization.
Was in the Angels organization.
Yes, he was.
Then you look around the league, the Snappers, of course, Prince Fielder, son of Cecil, Fernando Valenzuela Jr. in Fort Wayne in 2004.
How about the second baseman, Jesse Barfield's son? He's doing very well.
He won the job in San Diego, Josh.
Of course, Jason Fingers pitched in this league. Raleigh's son a few years back with Burlington. A foul off to the right, evens the count 2-2 to Steve Tolleson. Runner at first, 1 away. Home half of the 6th in Beloit. Snappers have led it throughout. Up now 4-0.
And perhaps the most famous son of all, Pete Rose Jr. for the South Bend Silverhawks.
There goes the runner. A curve is low. The throw to second is in time. And Brett Martinez guns to second. Ryan Leahy put the tag on Caleb Moore. And I'll tell you what, Todd, we've been blessed with some great catchers here the last several years, including Jeff Mathis and Bobby Wilson. But Brett Martinez got rid of that ball in a flash.
Well, he threw out 52% of opposing base stealers last year in Orem, and he's 100% so far this year.
And DeJurgis, riding that wave of momentum, gets Steve Tolleson strike 3 looking to end the 6th inning. A leadoff single, but a runner caught stealing No runs for Beloit. One hit. There were no Kernel errors. A man caught stealing. It went Martinez to Leahy 2-4, and nobody left by the Snappers. Well, Todd, let's bring the Kernels let's get some runs here the last third of the inning. We'll hook up after the game for a bite to eat. Todd, thank you so much.
Absolutely, John. Thank you.
Todd Brummelkamp making the trip over. Glad to have him with us. Through 6, Beloit 4, the Kernels nothing. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving Eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road, behind Duffy's on the Go. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of trees and shrubs like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. And for a limited time, buy any potted tree and Cedar Rapids Greenhouses will deliver and plant it free. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and low prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Number 32, Mark Trumbo.
Cleanup man is first up for the Kernels in the top of the 7th, Mark Trumbo. And the first delivery to the big fella is low and away from Danny Powers, who took over for the starter Kyle Waldrop in the 6th and got the final 2 Kernel outs. Not much shaking so far through 6 innings for the Kernel offense, trailing 4-0. Ball 2, a fastball from Powers. Mentioned earlier, you make wonderful friends in this game, and one of them has stopped by to say hello this evening, to say hi to Todd and I. Dave Schultz from the Rockford paper. Trumbo hits one a mile high to deep left center to help your team. Dallas Morris has done it twice, put it in play. He's dribbled back to the pitcher and grounded to short, and a breaking pitch misses low to Dallas Morris. Great to have you with us from Beloit as the season opens. There's a ball low, and it's 2-0. Dave Schultz was a fixture at old Marinelli Field in Rockford my first several years in this league when the Cubs had their farm team there, the Rockford Cubbies. I remember John Garland pitching in Rockford. And, of course, Dave Schultz remembers before the Cubs came, those great Royal teams with Sweeney and Johnny Damon. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 to Dallas Morris. Rockford's a great community. At one time, it was says the second largest city in Illinois. I believe East St. Louis, Illinois, may be bigger now. There's a slider outside, but if you're ever looking for a alternative to O'Hare Airport and the headaches that go along with that, look at Rockford. They've got some good flights instead of driving into O'Hare. Strike 3 called as Danny Powers gets Dallas Morris looking, and that is the 8th Kernel to go down on strikes tonight. Rockford's been a long-time successful CBA city. Minor league professional basketball in Rockford.
Now batting left fielder number 33, Jordan Renz.
A pitch up and in to Jordan Renz. Jordan is flown to center and struck out looking. Kernels have been out hit 8-3, trail 4-0 here in the top of the 7th. Renz swings and misses on a slider, evens the count 1-1. just happy to be playing tonight. The forecast was not real good when we left Cedar Rapids this morning at 9. A check swing on a breaking pitch, and it rolled foul off the bat of Jordan to the backstop, right at the feet of George Spelius, the league president, who will talk to us this weekend about baseball in Beloit, and I hope to get some words from him on the umpiring situation. Renz takes just outside, and the Snappers and Danny Powers wanted that called third strike and didn't get it. Best Kernel scoring chance came back in the third inning. Pair of singles, a sacrifice bunt, but a double play followed, and Kernels haven't done much since. Swing and a miss on a slider. 9th strikeout for Beloit pitching tonight. Down in order go the Kernels in the top of the 7th. They're on their feet at Pullman Field. The season's underway, and after 6.5, Snappers 4, Kernels nothing. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernels Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Gary Dalton. You know, Hometown Restyling has served Eastern Iowa since 1986, providing the very finest in windows, siding, and sunrooms. Their experienced staff can handle the job from start to finish, including plans, permits, and inspections. Plus, Hometown Restyling is nationally recognized by Professional Remodeler, Qualified Remodeler, and Remodeling magazines. Call Hometown Restyling for your next remodeling project, or better yet, visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hiawatha or Coralville. Hometown Restyling, because there's no place like home.
Solid Waste and Recycling Services' most valuable player is that big, sturdy cart you use to put your yard and organic debris into. Yardie. Yardie's a real workhorse when it comes to gobbling up your lawn and garden debris. You can expand its capacity by mulching your leaves and other yard debris with your lawnmower, leaf vacuum, or leaf blower. Yardie's okay swallowing up brush and branches, but he'd prefer that you bundle and tie them together and place them beside him. Remember, your Yardie can do more for you if you give him those 2 special treatments, mulching and bundling.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. To make sure your home is properly insured, visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin Insurance Agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
I think I made the first of many broadcasting slip-ups, left our mic on, and was sharing a fun story with Dave Schultz, and hope that didn't penetrate our airways too much. My laugh. No laughing matter now for the Kernels. It's getting a little bit late. Bottom of the 7th inning, 4-0 Beloit. Tim DeJurgis has shined on the mound in relief of starter Tommy Mendoza. DeJurgis came on in the bottom of the 5th inning, hit the first batter he faced, but then got the 3rd out of the inning, surrendered a leadoff single in the 6th inning, but a caught stealing helped him in that inning. And he fires high and away, ball 1 to Drew Thompson, the number 2 batter for the Beloit Snappers. Tripled his first 2 times up. Strike in on the outside edge from the tall, lanky Kernel right-hander, Tim DeJurgis. Thompson, listed as a right-handed batter, is batting left, so he's a switch hitter, and he pokes one in the air to straightaway center. Drifting back a few steps, camping underneath it, and putting it away is Brad Kuhn. Drew Thompson is flown out to center, 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We're happy to bring you another new feature of our broadcast this season. It's our baseball fun fact. And the first week or so of this season, we'll talk about some fun opening day facts. A bunt, and this one is at the base of the mound, fielded calmly and with poise by DeJurgis, and Tim gets his man. Paul Kelly, the DH, has been retired on a bunt back to the base of the mound. It went 1-3. 4 in a row retired by the Kernel right-hander. Our Kernel fun fact this evening takes us back to April 7th, 1977. First home game ever for the Toronto Blue Jays at Old Exhibition Stadium. It was torn down several years ago, and you White Sox fans will remember this one. Opening day, the Blue Jays, first game ever at Exhibition Stadium, played on a snow-covered field. Yes, they actually used a snow plow. It was AstroTurf, and they whisked most of the snow off the field, but it kept falling. The field was covered in a light layer of snow with a wind chill of minus 10 degrees. So how's that for the coldest opening day candidate? April 7th, 1977, snow-covered field, Toronto's Exhibition Stadium, minus 10 wind chill Fahrenheit. They use Celsius in Canada, but it was minus 10 Fahrenheit. And the Blue Jays, if I remember correctly, Doug Alt hit a couple of home runs, and the Blue Jays, in that snow and frigid day in Toronto, beat the White Sox. Now a 3-1 pitch is grounded sharply up the middle, backhanded by Leahy, knocks it down and has enough on his throw to get the batter. It was a bang-bang play as Eric Liss wraps out to second. Liss is 0 for 4. Tim DeGiorgis sets the side down in order for the first time tonight for the Kernels. And after 7 at Pullman Field in Beloit, it's still the Snappers leading the Kernels 4-0. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
What are you playing, Nigel?
I was just trading places with Phoebe from French. She's so funny. She's wicked.
Cool. You know, Sierra Mist and TBS had their Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes, where you can really trade places with your favorite characters and win the ultimate sitcom getaway. Yeah, just go to TBS.com to enter. You can win the Friends Ross and Rachel honeymoon trip to Vegas. There's also a trip to see where the Seinfeld gang hung out in New York City, or an Everybody Loves Raymond trip to a golf resort in California.
The Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes. Just watch Friends on TBS and enter at TBS.com. Brought to you by Sierra Mist. It's that refreshing. No purchase necessary. Internet access required. Subject to official rules at TBS.com. Over the legal residents of the continental U.S. 18 or older. Void represented in 5/1606.
Fielder for Beloit. In left field is Dwayne White in left field. Dwayne White in left field. Warner Madrigal cuts on the first pitch and doesn't get it from Danny Powers, strike one. Top of the 8th inning now here at Pullman Field. Madrigal is singled and walked. He's reached in both of his at-bats. Ball one up and away to Warner. So Dwayne White takes over for Eric Liss in left field here in the top of the 8th inning. Kernels have been blanked on 3 hits. Ball 2 rides inside to Warner. Jim West is heating it up down the right field line for the Kernels. Jim West, a right-hander. There have been some cold opening days over the years. Warner Madrigal lines one into left and a diving effort. No catch for Dwayne White. Warner a big turn at first, holds on. Well, it appeared momentarily like the defensive replacement White was a brilliant move on the part of the Snappers, but Dwayne gave it a great effort, dove, couldn't get it, and Warner Madrigal has been the offensive bright light for the Kernels tonight. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. And maybe this is the start of a Kernel rally. A sinking line drive by Madrigal for his second hit. Brett Martinez takes low for ball 1. Brett, a right-handed batter, facing Danny Powers for the first time. A ground ball to short could be a double play. Ortiz to second, one on to first. And that's the way the night has gone for the Kernels. A 6-4-3 tailor-made double play. Brett Martinez grounded it to deep short, and Jan Carlos's on Carlos Ortiz's feed to Drew Thompson was a dandy, and then on to first for the 6-4-3 twin killing. Bases empty, 2 gone as the Kernels send Ryan Leahy to the plate for the 3rd time tonight.
Now batting our Pepsi batter, second baseman, number 3, Ryan Leahy.
Leahy, a right-handed hitter. No scoring in this game since the 3rd inning, and it's 4-0 Beloit. 8 hits for the Snappers, 4 for the Kernels, 2 of those owned by Warner Madrigal. A curve stays inside to Ryan Leahy. Tomorrow evening we'll have the first edition of the Friday evening South Slope Communications Triple Play Ask the Manager show with Bobby Magallanes. Here's a comebacker under the glove of the pitcher up the middle to the second baseman who charges and throws out Ryan Leahy. Drew Thompson had to come in and to his left as that ball slipped underneath the glove of the pitcher Powers, but it was Drew Thompson all the way making the play to get Leahy. No runs, a hit for the Kernels in the 8th inning. There were no Beloit errors, and the Kernels leave the bases empty. The Kernels have only left 2 men on tonight. And through 7.5, Beloit maintains a lead of 4-0 over the Kernels. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network. Well, we're back here. I had my first slip up with our mini disc player, but let's give it a shot again.
It's unheard of and industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kill Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Keel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
Hy-Vee, the most respected and recognized brand name in our entire great state. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees value the vital role professional baseball plays in our community's fabric. Our treasured tradition of affordable, wholesome entertainment that brings families, friends, work colleagues, and customers together for lifelong memories. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support the best thing going in eastern Iowa, the wonder of Kernels baseball.
A U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen, the second of the evening, has Jim West coming on. This call to the Kernel bullpen sponsored by U.S. Cellular. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Jim West is on. Tim DeJurgis, 2 1/3, no runs, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks, 1 hit batter. Jim West was at my table last night at our annual trek down to the Oxyoke Inn at the Amanas, and he's a delightful young kid out of the state of Arizona. He's working from the stretch with nobody on, nobody out in the bottom of the 8th, and he skips a 1-0 pitch into the dirt. 2-0 to Henry Sanchez, who homered in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, and walked in the 5th. 4-0 Beloit here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jim West delivers, and the pitch is rattled foul into the screen behind home plate. We'll see if our good friend from Rockford, the 2-1 is just low. Let's see, Dave Schultz, if anybody down the press row has a beat on an attendance figure tonight. Be interested to know. I think we have in the neighborhood of 400. A ground ball off the batter's fist on 3 hops to third, and a wild throw, a high throw by Dallas Morris, and that's the first error by either club tonight. Dallas Morris fielded the ball in good shape, but then it slipped out of the fingers on its way across the diamond in a throwing error by Dallas Morris. It pulled Mark Trumbo to the first base Colonel dugout side of the diamond into foul ground. So Henry Sanchez reaches on the first error committed by either club tonight. 4-0 Snappers. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. No attendance has been announced yet tonight, so we'll have to stand by our estimate of 400 or so. Dave, you think we're in the right neighborhood there? Very impressive turnout on a dank, dreary, cloudy Thursday night. And slapping one off to the right is Edward Ovala. Ovala has struck out, flown to right, and been hit by a pitch. Batting against Jim West. Jim grew up in Fort Mojave, Arizona. Swing and a miss. He tells me it's not too far from Lake Havasu and Laughlin, Nevada. Also gleaned from Jim last night that his father is a battalion leader of a fire department. He's a fireman, but he leads a battalion. Dangerous, heroic work. A ground ball to third. Dallas Morris to second, out, and Ryan Leahy's throw to first not in time. The Colonels get the lead runner, Henry Sanchez. It went Dallas Morris to Ryan Leahy 5-4, and Ovala just did beat Leahy's throw to first, and he reaches on a fielder's choice.
Now batting right fielder, number 27, Eli Tinter.
Jim West is from Chandler Gilbert Community College in Arizona. 6'2", 175, an 18th round pick by the Angels last year, and he pitched well for the Mesa Angels in 14 games, a 3.71 ERA. Eli Tintor swings at a breaking pitch, strike one. Eli's 1 for 3 tonight. Runner leads away from first, and a swing and a miss on another curveball. Of the 8 Beloit hits, 7 for extra bases. 2 triples, 3 doubles, a home run. Ooh, a fastball just missed low. Let's see, 2 triples, 3 doubles, a home run, and a single. A throw to first and diving back safely, Edward Ovala. 1 in the first for the Snappers, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and no scoring since then. I want to correct myself. 6 of their 8 hits have been for extra bases. 6 of their 8 hits, extra base hits. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1 on, 1 out. Earlier this evening, a delay of 25 minutes. Here's a ground ball inside the line at third, down the left field line, into the corner, racing towards third is Edward Ovala. He's rounding third. A good relay is going to get him, and the relay throw home is in time to cut down Edward Ovala. He tried to score all the way from first on a double by Eli Tintor. Tintor took third on the throw home, and a fantastic relay from the left fielder Renz to the third baseman, Dallas Morris, I believe, and then on home it went. We'll call it 7-5 to
number 16, Caleb Moore.
And that was a very well executed relay by the Kernels. On to third goes Eli Tintor. That's the 7th extra base hit for the Snappers. And a swing and a miss on a curve. Caleb Moore in the hole, 0-1. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. Again, the relay throw home from Renz to Morris at third to Brett Martinez, and Edward Ovala was tagged out at the plate. Swing and a miss on a Jim West breaking pitch, and it's 0-2 to the number 8 hitter. So some positives to be sure tonight to build on. Although the Colonels trail 4-0, That relay from Renz to Morris to Martinez was sparkling. Just beautifully executed. Swing and a miss, a 3-pitch strikeout by Jim West of Caleb Moore on 3 straight curveballs. In the 8th inning, no runs for Beloit. 1 hit, 1 Kernel error, the first error by either club tonight. Beloit leaves a runner. They've stranded 7. And after 8 innings at Pullman Field, it's still Beloit on top, 4-0. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Sylvia, you know that cruise you've always wanted?
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
That would be our house, Bob. Are you feeling all right, dear?
Well, this is so cool. Guarantee Bank will let us use the equity in our home to do just about anything we want. College tuition, a room addition, a cruise, and best of all, the interest may be tax deductible. Now, do you see it? Oh, the sun, the waves, the tropical breezes.
Oh, now I see it. It's a convertible. The sun on my face, the wind in my hair.
See your Guarantee Banker in Cedar Rapids, Marion, or Hiawatha, and use the equity in your home to do whatever you want, even if it's just to get out of the house.
The feel of the road, the roar of the engine.
The roar of the...
Hey, it's my kind of life. Keep your hands off my Porsche, Bobby boy.
Guarantee Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Consult your tax advisor for interest deductibility. Some restrictions apply.
If you're looking to enhance your property's appearance, function, or value, make the experts at King's Material your most reliable teammate. Retaining walls? You bet. Custom patios? Bingo. Walkways and steps? King's Material says yes. King's Material has all the bricks, concrete, and stone elements to make your landscaping, masonry, and architectural projects become a reality. To view the astonishing array of beautiful and innovative products King's Material can bring to your home, yard, or business, visit King's online at kingsmaterial.com.
Right-hander Eddie Morlan, Morlan, a 20-year-old, a third-round pick of the Twins 2 years ago out of Miami, not the university, but the high school ranks. Eddie Morlan will pitch to the Kernels here in the top of the 9th inning. Top of the 9th, 4-0 in favor of Beloit. Neither team has scored since the 3rd inning. And first up for the Kernels is the leadoff man, Brad Kuhn. He fakes a bunt and takes the strike called. Morlan into his wind, and now he steps off. And strike 2 to Brad, the switch or the left-handed batter. And now a swing and a miss. So Brad Kuhn is gone on 3 pitches. 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. Well, Beloit pitching has mastered the Kernel hitters tonight to the tune of 10 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts by Beloit pitching.
Number 28.
Danny Powers blanked the Kernels in his 2 2/3 innings of relief. No runs, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Clint Whipkey, 0-for-3 tonight. Flynn has struck out, popped to second, and struck out looking. Boy, this Morlan throws hard. His slider's upstairs to Flint, 1-0. Kernels have been out hit 9-4 and have been blanked. Trail 4-0. Swing and a miss. No speed pitch indicator here at Pullman Field, but that had some mustard on it. Top of the hour, 9 o'clock, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network, specifically KMRY 1450. K-Memory. The 2-2 to Flint. Swing and a tip foul into the catcher's mitt, and Caleb Moore held it. And that is 2 strikeouts to start the Colonel ninth inning. Just hasn't been our night, but as Todd Rumblecamp said, this is number 1 of 140, and of 6 opening night games. 1 was postponed in Burlington earlier. There have to be 3 winners and 3 that come out on the short end. And right now, the Colonels are looking at 1 bullet left in the chamber. Ball 1 to Hanley Stacia. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Eddie Morlan started 10 games last year here for the Snappers. Went 4-4. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, and he's just overpowering the Colonel batters. Is Morlan. And we're down, believe it or not, to our last strike. And spanking it foul out of play to the left to stay alive is Hanley Stacia. This game started at 6:34. It's now 9:02, and we had a delay of 25 minutes. So I don't know if I can do that math or not for a time of game. Stacia takes high and away for a ball. Dave Schultz is helping us if the Colonels are retired here, and Stacia will have none of that. Hanley shoots one foul down the left field line. Right now, I think Dave tells me we have a time of game of 2 hours and 34 minutes. Okay, we'll get that straight. Swing and a miss, a foul tip on a high fastball, and Eddie Morlan fans the side in the top of the ninth inning, and that sends the Colonels to a 4-0 defeat. 12 Colonels strike out at the hands of Beloit pitching as the Snappers win the opener of this series, the season opener, 4-0. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Snappers, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Colonels, and a 4-0 Beloit win. We'll have the game recap, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, a look ahead to tomorrow's action. All of that will be coming your way in just a few moments on the Colonel Curtain Call. 4-0 Beloit. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
The hottest feature in beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium is the coolest place. It's the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. How can you and your friends relax and splash it up from the most coveted spot at the ballpark? Simply register at Center Point in Westdale Mall and listen to Mix 96.5. If you're selected as the winner, you'll enjoy the ultimate entertainment experience. AquaJet Stream Comfort atop the left field wall in the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. Brought to you by Westdale Mall and Mix 96.5.
It's unheard of. An industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kiel Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid, with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kiel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykiel.com. Randy Kiel Honda, where they treat you right.
It's time for the Colonel's Curtain Call. Now with a game recap, a complete look at the State Farm scoreboard, and a look ahead to upcoming action. Let's rejoin the voice of the Colonel, John Rogers.
And yes, John Rogers back with you here at Pullman Field in Beloit before a crowd of 928. Beloit shuts out the Colonels 4-0, and in so doing, struck out 12 Colonel hitters. We're back with you on this cool evening, and history was made as this was the first game broadcast on the Kernel Radio Network, and we thank everyone who helped make that happen. From K. Memory, Rick Sellers, and Eric Christopher, and Kevin Alexander, and David Bolt, and Julia Kent, and of course from the Zone, Scott Unash, John Phelan, Nels Christensen, Mike Bettine, just a wonderful group of professionals. I have to admit that I was had a bit of trepidation coming into tonight's broadcast because a lot of things had to fall into place with new equipment and newfangled ways of doing things. And if you've ever read that book, Who Moved My Cheese, you know how difficult change becomes when you're not used to it. Well, that's the essence of change, isn't it? Tonight, Beloit had stellar pitching and extra base hits, and that spelled a 4-0 win. The Snappers scored a run in the first inning on a triple and a ground ball out. They got a leadoff homer from Henry Sanchez in the second inning to make it 2-0. And then, in my opinion, the pivotal point of the entire ball game took place in the Kernel third inning. Warner Madrigal, who reached 3 times tonight, had 2 of the Kernel 4 hits, singled to lead off the third. Brett Martinez on a hit and run, dribbled one in front of the plate for an infield single. Ryan Leahy with a brilliant sacrifice bunt moved the runners to second and third, and it looked like the Kernels were knocking on the door to cut Beloit's lead in half or tie the game. Brett Kuhn hit a hard 2-hop smash to first baseman Henry Sanchez. Madrigal did his job. He held at third as Kuhn stepped on first. For some reason, Brett Martinez, I think, thought that he got his signals crossed. He thought Madrigal would go on contact. Warner did not, and Brett Martinez was caught off guard between second and third. A double play resulted, and the Kernels could never, ever gain any kind of offensive punch after that pivotal play in the top of the third inning. Meanwhile, Beloit added a pair in the bottom of the third on 3 of their 7 extra base hits on the night, and that was all the scoring. No more scoring as Beloit won it 4-0. The Snapper pitching staff struck out 12 Kernels, 6 strikeouts rung up by Kyle Waldrop, the starter, 3 for Danny Powers, and then Eduardo Morlan simply blew the Kernels away in the 9th inning as he fanned all 3 Kernel batters. Here's the final line score for the Snappers: 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Beloit left 7 men on. The Kernels, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. We left 2 men aboard. The winning pitcher was Kyle Waldrop. He's 1-0. And the loser was starter Tommy Mendoza for the Kernels. He's 0-1. The game took 2 hours and 28 minutes before an opening night crowd at Pullman Field under very brisk conditions of 928. That's the first segment of the Kernel Curtain Call. When we return in a moment, we'll enjoy our Kernel play of the game. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe. From me to you, a tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this. Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mashup of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more. You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. To make sure your home is properly insured, visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin insurance agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
We're back at Pullman Field, where the Kernels suffered a 4-0 loss in the season opener here in Beloit. 3 snapper hurlers combining to blank the Kernels on 4 hits and strike out 12. It's time now for our Kernel play of the game, and this happened back in the third inning. The Kernels trailed 2-0. We're looking for their first base runner against Beloit starter Kyle Waldrop, and let's pick it up there with Warner Madrigal at the plate. Here's our Kernel play of the game. Well, let's try that again, because I think I know I have to flip one switch, and if I do that, we might have it. Let's try that again, that Kernel play of the game. Well, we're still going to try our best here. That might be the one snafu that we have to work out here, is our MP3 player recording and seeing if that can be put on the air. And right now, I think we may have struck out on that attempt. But all things considered, I think we have to be pretty pleased with what we achieved here tonight. So we'll work on our MP3 player, how to get it to play through the system following a Kernel exciting play. We'll describe it to you. The Kernel play of the game was Warner Madrigal leading off the third inning and grounding a base hit into left field. And that was one of two hits Warner had. He reached base 3 times tonight. He was an offensive bright spot for the Kernels in a 4-0 loss. We'll work on that for tomorrow's broadcast and see if we can get the formula for getting a play of the game to translate through our great new system here. All right, we'll have a final break and then a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Next, it was Beloit blanking the Kernels 4-0 tonight, and this is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 new Kernel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Oh, come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you see. Come to Zio Giano's for Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes.
John Rogers back with you in southern Wisconsin, the state line region where Beloit shut out the Kernels in the season opener before just over 900 paying customers. 4-0 Beloit. We're going to try that Kernel play of the game. Again, I made one adjustment, and let's see if we can cap off a great evening from Beloit with Warner Madrigal's leadoff single in the third inning. Let's give it a crack here. Well, still not quite able to do that, it looks like. I made an adjustment, and let's see. I'll try one more flip here. No, I just don't think we're going to get that to come through the system like we wanted. But again, we'll work on that and try to figure it out with our crack staff of engineers and technical experts on the network. They did a marvelous job getting us up and running in great shape tonight. All right, our final portion of the Kernel Curtain Call has us taking a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. It's brought to you for the 11th straight season by State Farm Insurance agents Dale Thompson, Brad Dunn, Al Shuttler, and Gary Shubat. Let's start from this afternoon at Citizens Bank Park. The Cardinals knocked off the Phillies for the third time in a row, 4-2. In San Francisco this afternoon, the Giants whipped the Braves 6-4. A final tonight from Cincinnati's Great America Ballpark. It was the Reds edging the Pirates 6-5, and they're done at Shea Stadium. The Mets trampled the Nationals 9-5, and at Coors Field in Denver, the Diamondbacks are hammering the Rockies 6-0 with Colorado batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. A light schedule in the American League. Earlier tonight at Camden Yards, the Devil Rays shut out Baltimore 2-0. At the Rogers Center in Toronto, the Blue Jays trampled the Twins, the parent club of our opponents, the Snappers. It was Toronto 6 and the Twins 3. The Tigers mauled Texas 9-3 tonight, or they are mauling Texas 9-3. They're in the top of the 8th inning at the ballpark in Arlington. Detroit 9, Texas 3. And just underway at Safeco Field in the Emerald City, no score, Oakland and Seattle. That's a look at our State Farm Major League scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, newcomer Brad Dunn, and Gary Shubat. Wonderful start. Everything was sweet other than the scoreboard, and you have to hand it to the Snappers pitchers. They fanned 12 Kernels and blanked the Kernels 4-0 on just 4 hits. Tomorrow evening, the Ask the Manager show on the South Slope Communications Triple Play show. We'll have it for you at 6:10 right here on the Kernel Radio Network. Now, tomorrow evening, we're right back here on K-Memory, 1450 KMRY. Special thanks to Rick Sellers, the founder and president of K-Memory, for his willingness to make sure everything went great back on Boyson Road next to Mount Welter there. Rick, thank you so much for your calm and reassuring help before the ball game. We sure enjoyed writing a new chapter in our broadcast history with the Kernel Radio Network. 4-0 Beloit. For Kernel Director of Media Relations Todd Brummelkamp, I'm John Rogers, and we wish you a great evening from southern Wisconsin. We now return you to our regularly scheduled programming on KMRY Radio.
This is 1450 KMRY, Cedar Rapids.